This is the Big O Show. Big O, we told you we ain't playing no games, man. It's just surely probably Pablo, Culture, Lord Productions.
Good morning, South Florida.
This is the Big O Show.
You're tuned into the Big O Show.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. You tuned in to the hottest sports radio show with Orlando, a.k.a. the Big O. He covers all the South Florida teams, from the Dolphins to the Heat, well, you know what I mean. Monday to Friday, Probably Pablo in the Big O Show. O's on the radio, the top's where we gonna go. Miami, that's the way we roll. Locked on the morning show, Big O. No one has a similar show. Talk sports, talk plays, talk live and direct. Because nobody do it better than Big O in the set. From sunrise, listen live, it's the best of the best. He's got the fans, got the heat, he's the best of the best. Big O, the only talking sports with a style. Break it a morning, it's Big O-N. Thank you for tuning in, keeping you glued in. Stay tuned, because right here's where the rumors in. Same place, because right here some of them begin. Simply call and just state your opinion. Real talk, sports talks, the Big O Show. Yeah, you love it, yeah, you like it, call them and let them know. Culture, Probably Pablo, now introducing the man of the hour. Big O, a.k.a. Orlando Alcigaris, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we are ready to rock and roll. We're out at VSS West Pines. We are masked up. It's a beautiful thing. We are out here at 12397 Pembroke Road like we are every Wednesday out here at VSS West Pines, having fun with the boys, and you can do it too, so come on out. You are able to come out of your house, and you know, you got to deal with all that stress, that anxiety, the kids. You got to deal with your spouse in the house all the time. I mean, some of you right now are, at wit's end, right? To use an old saying. At this point, you have put up with enough of your husband or your wife, right? You're dying to get out. You're dying to deal with the stress. Come out here to VSS West Pines, man. We got all kinds of goodies out here where you can enjoy yourselves. A little CBD action if you want to relax and that anxiety and that stress. And if you have any pain, you can also, do it. Remember, you got to wear your mask when you come on in and join us. So it's all mandatory. So we've got our mask on today. And I'm glad that I got this kind of mask. This is probably the most comfortable one in order to do a talk show. You know what I mean? If I had to go somewhere, I'd probably put on my N99 mask, just for extra protection. But for the talk show purposes, this is pretty good. So we'll enjoy ourselves out here, which is always a beautiful thing. I was thinking we should come up with COVID songs that are rock and roll. I was thinking of a Little Kiss. It's COVID time again. You know that it always wins. It's COVID time again. It's the only thing that masks us together. And that's it, baby. So there you go. All right? So we're all masked together, and it's COVID time, so make sure you protect yourselves. What do you want me to do? Come up with a Motorhead one? Well, maybe I'll do one, down the line, okay? Yeah, so we'll have some fun here till 3 o'clock. So come on out and join us. We'd love to say hi. We could take a pic. We could do all of that. Always enjoy the people that come on by and say hi. That's the one thing that we've had some fun, that listeners have made it kind of a little bit of a tradition now, joining us every Wednesday, coming on by. And we appreciate those of you that are shopping throughout the week at VSS West Pines and mentioning our name, too, on top of all of that, because everybody out here deserves your support. They do a great job. The atmosphere here is second to none. For real? 50? Oh, okay. Well, you guys want to go out of business? Okay. If you mention our name, they're going to give you 20% off. Okay? So if you come on in, you got to get your e-juice. You got to get a water pipe. You want to get anything, a hookah, whatever you need, rolling papers, you need to get CBD products out here, and they've got all kinds, 20% off if you mention our name, okay? So let's do that. Come on out here and join us, which is always a beautiful thing. Alex Diaz says, sorry I haven't been able to chime in. I've been busy at work. Well, Alex, we love you whenever you do chime in. And if you're working, Alex, you know what? I'm super happy for you, dude. I'm glad you're not listening to us or watching or chiming in. If you got to earn some money, bro, I'd rather you make a living. I'd rather you provide for yourself and your family than listen to our goofy ass show. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy for you. Now, listen, I hear anybody's working. That's a good thing. Okay? Nothing wrong with that, man. Every day that you get to work, you are blessed, whatever it is that you're able to do. And I think nowadays, you probably should be even more appreciative of any kind of job that you have, because we've got a lot of Americans that are out of work, and we've got a lot of Americans that are going to be out of homes and out of work, and people that have lost their businesses. So if you're working, you are blessed. You really are right now in this really, really difficult time going on. So Alex, more power to you, my brother. Hope you get plenty of work and get that money to take care of your family, man. That's what it's all about. Big O looking like a Ranger. All he's missing is a cowboy hat. Ah, yes. Good morning, and Bill from Troy. Ian from Brooklyn says, Big O and Bill, it's on again. John Rouse is in the house. Gus 1388. Super Boom Shack. Myron Sanchez. Matthew Walker. It's all a beautiful thing. Folks are chiming in on the chat board, which we love you all out there, as always, for chiming in on the chat board. I saw this story, and it's one of those stories that, I'm kind of a geek that I follow a lot of things. Since I do talk shows, I follow pop culture, I follow entertainment, I follow music, I follow politics, I follow sports, because you want to be able to intertwine anything and everything that you can into a conversation. Plus, you want to know about things that are going on. And I've read stories about this. Nobody's ever really had proof about this until now. And so Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, they've been married for a while, but people have reported forever about an open relationship. So finally, this young man by the name of August, where is it here? Where is this? Where do I have my notes here for this? August something. Now I'm trying to, August Alsina. Okay. So August Alsina apparently has a relationship with Jada, or had a long-term relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith. So they were banging. And Will Smith knew about it. He actually gave him the go-ahead. Okay? So here is August being interviewed and talking about this awkward situation that he is actually very comfortable with. Go ahead.
Contrary to what some people may believe, I'm not a troublemaker. I don't like drama. Drama actually makes me nauseous, you know what I'm saying? And I also don't think that it's ever important for people to know what I do, who I sleep with, who I date, right? But in this instance, it's very different because, as I said, there's so many people that are side-eyeing me, looking at me questionable about it. I mean, I've lost money, friendships, relationships behind it, and I think it's because people don't necessarily know the truth, but I've never done anything wrong. Mm-hmm. I love those people, right. Literally, like my family. I don't have a bad thing to say about them. They are beautiful people. When something starts affecting my life, and not only affecting my life, but affecting my wellness and my well-being, and also starts to block my heart space is blocked. I don't really have a choice but to express my truth. I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation. Due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, not involving romanticism, he gave me his blessing. And I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, and I truly and really, really deeply loved and have a ton of love for her. I devoted myself to it. I gave my full self to it. So much so to the point that I can die right now and be okay with knowing that I truly gave myself to somebody.
Right, you did the right thing.
And I really loved a person. I experienced that. I know what that feels like, and some people never get that in this lifetime. So I know that I'm completely blessed. And this conversation is difficult because there's so much that it would be hard for people to understand. But once it starts to affect me in my livelihood, I have to speak up about my truth and stand on my 10 with anything that may come along with it.
So there is August Alsina talking about his love affair with Jada Pinkett Smith. You know what I'm thinking of? How does these open relationships develop, right? And these rumors have been going on forever. And I know you guys are talking about Jada and Mark Anthony and all that stuff. And listen, the rumors are that Will Smith is gay, right? That's kind of what they've talked about. So I don't know what's true, but this part now has become true, right? Now this part is it's not become true. It's been confirmed, okay? All right, because people say, well, Jada's, slept around with different guys and all that. Nobody's caught Will with any other woman. So that kind of tells me that maybe he has, maybe he's closeted at the moment or something. I don't know at this point. I mean, if you're going to be open, you might as well be open about everything already and just let it out. It doesn't matter. It's not like it's not our business, but you kind of made it at least our talking points. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is, how does the open relationship get started? And who starts it? You know what I mean? Who was it? Was it Jada? Was it Will? How did this whole thing kind of develop? You know what I'm saying? And so it's when you see them, right, they give you that impression they're together on red carpets, they're together at awards ceremonies and all that. It's not like it's really weird that they're open in their relationships, that they're out in the open in different spots, with other people. No, they are together in certain moments, and then obviously there is a life behind the scenes, right? Because think about it. This guy, August Alsina, a singer, rapper, whatever he is, this guy was banging her for a while. And so it must have all been kind of behind the scenes. There was a broadcast couple or broadcast people, and they, one person that was in the broadcast business, and then there was some rumors that in their relationship they had a third person that would tag around a lot, and that was the rumor that the third person was there for their entertainment, that kind of stuff. Can't say any names or anything, but that's just. I've kind of seen that. Now, those are the rumors, right? Although when you keep seeing it the same way again and again, you kind of say, well, then there might be some truth to it. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, that's your assistant. Sure it is. Anyway, so this whole thing, how does that whole thing start? Because I doubt anybody that's watching or listening right now is in an open relationship. Okay, and I doubt they're actually going to talk about being in an open relationship. But I am interested because you've got to be really comfortable in all of it because you are officially parting ways, but yet you're kind of going to stay together. So you are going to experience the person that you did love and you were in a relationship with, now you're going to watch them with somebody else or other people, not just one, maybe many, because maybe that person just has several. Obviously, Jada's had several partners, and I'm sure Will's had several partners too, right? But on the Will side, we haven't found that. When you don't see any kind of crumbs, that kind of tells me that he's hiding even more. You know what I mean? And in today's world, you don't need to hide it anymore. I mean, why even hide it? It's not a big deal anymore. But I guess it's still the way they kind of structured this whole thing, and August has to come out and talk about it because he says he's lost friends and money and, you know, all kinds of stuff. And by the way, he has some health conditions too. 3 years ago, he revealed that he suffered from a severe autoimmune disease that attacks his liver. The illness has led to multiple incidents, including a collapse on stage in 2014. Okay? And then in a video he posted on Instagram, the singer explained that he's currently hospitalized. He did this in 2019 after suffering loss of mobility. We're doing a bunch of tests, and they're saying I have nerve damage going on through my body. So this is a young man that's had his share of health conditions and health issues, too, at the same time. And it doesn't sound like he's the kind of guy that can be hanging around in public a lot with the coronavirus going on. You know what I mean? Like a lot of us, by the way, that we've got to watch everything that we do. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. But I just saw that. I saw that story, and I saw and I clicked into the interview. And it's like, wow, how do these things develop? You know what I mean? Who the hell starts it? You know, it's kind of odd, man. Mile High Beauty says that's what Jada talked about on her show. She said if they are going to have several partners, it's going to be under the same roof. Oh, okay. I guess you know what the kids say: sharing is caring. So there you go.
And caring is sharing.
And you share. There it is. Oh, that's elite stuff, pairing people up. Ian from Brooklyn. I don't know if it's elite stuff or, a couple people that don't want to be together. So now they are creating a different avenue for themselves to make it convenient. Hey, it's actually convenient because if you're married, but yet you're having an open relationship, exactly, you don't get divorced. It doesn't cost you any money, right? Everybody's comfortable banging other people. And you don't even have to commit. Look, this August guy, it's not like he stayed with Jada. You know? So Jada moved on. The buffet moved on to another place. I'm just saying. What? It's a smorgasbord.
That's a hell of a way to put it.
The Smiths are a smorgasbord. That's just the way it is in that household. I wonder if the kids will be like that. Well, our parents are in open relationships. That's how we like to do it. There you go. Yeah. They are a little off kilter. She may be a great lady, but she looks like what? Oh, come on. Jada Pinkett's a pretty woman, man. All right, I disagree with you on that one, Ian. I think Jada's pretty. Definitely. Hell of an ass, too, by the way. I mean, sorry, hate to be sexist about it, but I got to give credit where credit is due. She got a great ass, as they would say in Scent of a Woman.
As long as you keep your head out of it.
Right. There you go. So, I mean, hey, listen. I'm just, it's one of those stories that kind of just gets you, like,
Oh, you know what? That was from Heat. Remember?
What Heat?
The line you're talking about, Al Pacino, when it's from the movie Heat.
Oh, it's not
when
from
when he's talking about the guy that, hey, you got to charge blah, 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 and you're going to help us hook up.
It's not Scent of a Woman. She got a great ass?
It's Ashley Judd. He's talking about Ashley Judd.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she does have an ass, too.
Yeah,
She has a nice ass, too. Yeah.
That is actually the movie Heat, bro.
Okay. All right. Alexa V is in the house. Just in time, Alexa V. We were talking about something that you probably didn't want to listen to. So good timing by you. You got us right at the end of the conversation. Oh, the end was a little too much there. I love it.
It'll be podcast in about a half an hour.
Jada is not bad. Big booty. She's a pretty woman, man. I don't know. I disagree with you.
She got
guys.
great eyes, man.
Yeah, she does.
She got great eyes,
I think
man.
she's a pretty woman, man. And she got a
Her
heck
lips,
of a
her
body.
eyes, her eye. You know that
Yeah.
those facial things that make you stunning. She's got that.
Yeah. It's just kind of it's just kind of weird, dude. You know what I mean? When I saw that story, I was like,
Look,
wow.
man, it's weird for you but you know, everybody's got different norms. You know.
No, I know, but still, it's just asking somebody to, okay, let's break apart, but let's stay together and let's just go out with other people. That's just not. It's just not a normal thing that most people can do, want to deal with, want to do it around the kids. By the way,
Normally, stuff like this,
because obviously your kids are going to know what the hell's going on, right? You know what I mean?
depends on how discreet you are.
Something tells me it's hard to hide August every single night sneaking into your house. You know what I'm saying? Mom, Dad, why is August always hanging around? Well, he's banging your mom right now. You know, it's kind of hard, you know? Well, the pool.
They're busy doing the horizontal mambo. Is that what you're?
No, the pool's constantly dirty, so he's here to clean it on a consistent basis, and our cars and all that. And
The pool man lives at our house.
yeah.
You see the kids at school, right?
He's polishing up Jada is what he's doing. 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. That's 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. You can also reach out to us on Twitter at Big O Show, on Instagram, Big O Radio Show, on email, Orlando at BigORadioshow.com. Many ways. So you guys can't complain. There are many ways to reach out to us on the Cho Ming, okay? Let's see. Eugene says, too much money to just love one person. Will Smith and Jada still love Tupac. There you go. Okay. All right. You know, I guess that works out. John Dew says, she's a 10. Put me on the list. There you go. John wants a little sharing. John's into sharing a little Jada. Okay. All right. There you go. NorCal points out the motor. Yep, we are motor heading today, baby. The scarf, the shirt, all of that. Okay. So we got to do we're doing now when we do our road shows. You know, it's a thing where you got to wear the mask the whole time. I had to make sure we got the kind of mask that doesn't really muzzle what we say on the air. And so far, it sounds pretty good. It sounds like it's really not getting in the way of
at all. Not
right?
at all.
Yeah. So that's good. And nobody's complained about it. Everybody, you know, is kind of just going about the show. So that tells me that it's not bothering people that I'm wearing it. You know what I mean? Although I will say, I wonder for you. Okay, not that you really want to see my face, okay? This is probably a blessing to a certain extent that my face is hidden. But somebody did mention this to me. He goes, you know, if you put on the mask now, we can't see your expressions. And he goes, and the person pointed out, he goes, one of the reasons why I like watching you, it's because I actually see what you're talking about. You express it, and I can feel it a lot different than just radio. And I don't know if you guys have that same thing about it. I don't know if I didn't even realize it was a thing. You know what I'm saying? But somebody did mention that they said, you know, you wear the mask. It kind of takes away that I can't see what you're talking about and see it in your face.
Look, exactly what you're doing right there. The Latin thing, growing up in Hialeah, I even do it sometimes myself.
Yes.
Get animated with your hands, man.
No, but I think the person was talking about like your facial expressions.
Of course,
kind of tell a lot of the things that you're talking about. And
well,
so,
it does.
Yeah.
Remember, there's 17 pantomimes. You know, true romance.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Face, you know, 17 pantomimes. You know,
on the accident law
woman
firm,
has 19, but you know, guy has 17.
On the accidentlawfirm.com text line, I'm having an open relationship with Scarlett Johansson. She helped me overcome my fear of heights. I love her. She taught me if you have two huge mountains bouncing right in your face, just climb on them. Okay. I mean, that's a lesson for everybody right there. Myron says, I'm buying one today. What are you buying today, Myron? What are we talking about? Are you buying Jada? Is she for sale? What are you buying? Buy what? Get married if you want. An open relationship. People just don't have morals nor respect to their spouses anymore. Rosendo, you're wrong there, my brother. They both agreed on it. That's not. Nobody's cheating on anybody here. This is an agreement that they both have. We agree to bang other people. Okay, that's it. That's it. Actually, that's the respectful way of doing it. Now, if you were telling me that one of them was banging somebody and nobody knew about it and it was legitimate cheating, okay, then your statement is 1,000% accurate, Rosendo. But in this case, it's odd, it's different, it's not something that's common practice for most people. Most people won't and can't deal with something like that, but it does happen. And if the two people involved are willing to do it, it's not our problem, dude.
What's okay between two consenting adults,
That's
man,
it.
more power to you.
That's right, bro.
As long as you're not hurting anybody or
That's
doing,
right.
come on.
If Will Smith wants to allow Jada to bang other people, and if Jada wants to allow Will to bang other people too, then that's.
You said something about Will not doing anything with hasn't he been connected with some of his co-stars and they've had scenes like they're at the bar and they're dating, stuff like that.
Listen, I follow the tabloid stuff and the entertainment stuff. It's been geared more towards gay for him. Her with women, him with men. I mean, her with men, him with men. It's kind of been like that. Nobody's busted him with the men.
Right.
Yet. But that's kind of been the rumor with Will. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know. But now this whole open thing was out there, and now it's like nail in coffin. Okay, now it's official. It really happened. Even though it's already been rumored for a while now that Jada was this guy, Jada with that guy. You never hear Will Smith with this woman. Never. Which then tells me that Will has an open relationship with her, but he's going out with men too. That's kind of what it tells me. Okay? Am I wrong out there? Any of you out there seen when you read any of those rumors? You never hear Will with other women.
For some reason, I'm thinking somewhere with one of the Wild Wild West movies that, he like at a club, whatever, and seen like over the course of a few weeks, several times with so-and-so female. For some reason, I'm thinking during one of the Wild Wild West movies.
Right. Myron goes, I guess they like kinky stuff. Of course, dude. I mean, it's whatever. There has to be something there, you know what I'm saying? But, again, hey, man, they've agreed on it. I just find it, it's like something weird. Big O, thanks for the mask, Planet Earth. Thank you. You got it. Got to wear the mask, man. Got to wear the mask now. We got no choice, man. I mean, I wear my mask anyways. The only time I don't wear the mask is when I'm doing the show or I'm at home, obviously. You know what I mean? I don't have to wear the mask then. But and then, now that we were doing shows for the last couple of months, I wouldn't wear my mask during the show. But then again, I'm away from everybody. So it's a whole different ballgame. But now the requirement is you have to have a mask on. And if an inspector comes in, I can't allow these guys to get fined because I don't have a mask. That's just not right either. You know what I mean? So I have to wear the mask now at all the appearances that we're doing. That's why I bought a few of them, because there's no way I'm going to do a 3-hour show every day, spitting on one mask, and then wear it again the next day. You know what I mean? I washed them all yesterday. So just to...
When he said Planet Earth, I was like, did he find a Duran Duran one?
Yes, there it is. Yes. Bad Boys. Will Smith is a ladies' man. Sure he is. 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. You can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Tomorrow, we'll be at Toyota of Hollywood. We'll be hanging out there with Steve Ostrov, with Lori Rodriguez, with Herbie Lopez, Gary Thompson, Rick, Eddie, just all the amazing people. DJ Esteban, man, you got to go see him. He's the financing manager. He'll take care of you there at 1841 North State Road 7. Great people out there, man. I've been telling you for a while. If your car's breaking down now and you're thinking about leasing or buying a new car, go to Toyota of Hollywood. They've got over 1,500 cars and trucks to choose from. The sales staff is just absolutely amazing. All right, I'm telling you, go see the lovely and talented Lori Rodriguez. She will not let you down, man. She is fantastic. Great sales lady out there. Gary Thompson, I've known for many, many years now. You know, Gary used to be over at Craig Zinn Acura. He's over here at Toyota of Hollywood. Herbie Lopez, I told you, he took care of my mother-in-law. He dealt with my mother-in-law. Okay? She's a load, bro. All right? Beautiful lady, nice woman, but man, you know how these older ladies can get. They are picky, bro. I mean, really picky, like pain in the ass picky. Great person, but pain in the ass picky. And he was able to handle that. So if you have an older person in your house that is looking for a vehicle and you know they're difficult to please, Herbie Lopez is a god. I'm telling you, at Toyota of Hollywood. 1841 North State Road 7. Go see him if you've got that really difficult, mother, father, grandfather, whatever, Herbie is the guy. I'm telling you. I mean, they are just phenomenal people out there. Steve Ostrov does a great job. That's why they're the number one volume sales Toyota dealership in the Southeast United States now 6 years in a row. You're not going to drive around the Southeast United States to get a price. No need to. Just go to 1841 North State Road 7. It is Toyota of Hollywood.
Are you tired of watching the same old travel videos on the internet? Well, then check out MikeNoGoZones.com. A travel documentary that's breaking barriers. I go to the places that the media tells you to fear, where no one else dares to go. Baltimore, Opelika, South Side of Chicago, and more. Go to MikeNoGoZones.com.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver, you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
It's a buyer's market at Toyota of Hollywood. Over 1,500 Toyotas on the ground, and truckloads just keep on coming. Now pay up to 50% less. 2020 Camry, not $29,000, $17,775. 2020 Corolla, not $22,000, $13,775. Buy a new 2020 Toyota with 0 down and 0% financing, or we'll make your payments till 2021 at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street.
This is the Big O Show. Big O Show. Big O Show. Big O Show. Big O Show.
All right, we back. New York Sports is asking, Big O, when you're going to be on Sirius again. Miss you on the weekend. New York City Sports, dude, I don't know when I'm going to be on again. I'm in the middle now of building the Inter Miami network now and our radio station there. We're gonna do something. It's kind of, this is, you guys kind of get a little scoops on stuff that nobody's getting unless you listen to this podcast, but we're going to have a full-fledged radio station, and I'm going to be a part of that. And when Inter Miami plays on the 8th, you can go to the Inter Miami app now, and you can hear all the games. I will be part of the pregame show. I haven't I don't want to mention the people that are with me yet. I'll do it pretty soon when we come out with the official announcement. But I've hired a whole bunch of people to play-by-play of the color, our pregame host, our afternoon host, our morning host. We're going to have soccer talk 7 to 11 in the morning, and we're going to have a host that's going to be talking all things soccer. Doesn't matter. It could be the Premiership. It could be the Bundesliga. It could be what's it called? MLS. It could be they could be talking about the Miami Beach FC, Miami FC, him or she, Boca United, all local soccer, national soccer, international soccer, World Cup, UEFA's champions. It doesn't matter. Whatever's going on in soccer, our host will be talking about it. And we'll have two different hosts, one in the afternoon, 7 to 11, and then 11 to 1, we're going to have a lot of Inter-Miami-like programming, from player shows to all kinds of different things, supporter shows, things like that. We're going to have all kinds of different things. We're going to have a local soccer show that I'm going to host also. It'll be an hour of focused on all the local soccer teams, not just Inter-Miami. We want to be at Inter, listen, we know what it is. We're the top dog in town now when it comes to soccer. But we're not going to do that where we just come in and we railroad everything and nothing matters. That's not the way it goes. Jorge Mas doesn't want to do that. David Beckham doesn't want to do that. And I certainly don't want to do that. So one of the ideas that I brought to the table was to put together a local soccer show once a week. A 1-hour show that's dedicated to all the teams locally outside of Inter-Miami. And because people don't realize we have several soccer teams. And we have, other teams that need support, because that's how it is all over the world. You got the main team, and then you got a first, a second, a third division. That's how it is all over the world. Just like major league team and then single A, double A, triple A, same thing. That's kind of what it is. And we want to talk. And we have a USL team. So we're going to do all those kind of things. We're also going to have a coach's show, a general manager's show. I will be doing an Inter-Miami show. So I'll have a couple of shows on there. I'll be part of the broadcast. Obviously, I'm the station manager. So all of this stuff. So I'm doing all of that. And I do and I'm keeping my podcast too. Okay, they're not getting in the way of my podcast or allowing me to do my podcast. Now, I may have to adjust some things with the podcast, okay? We may not be on every day at the same time anymore. It may move. We may be on earlier. I'm not sure yet. That I may have to adjust. But long story short, New York City sports, I don't think I'll be doing anything right now on Sirius because I don't have time. I might be able to, if they need me, maybe I can squeeze a show in or two in the next week or two. But once the games start next week on the 8th, my life it's building that station and doing this show. And then I'm going to try to squeeze my family in. I told my wife, I go, we're not going to see each other much. She goes, yeah, I know. But again, you got to work. You got to, but it's just one of those sacrifices. But I'll be working my ass off to build this thing, because eventually it'll, we're going to start with 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. programming live, and then we'll replay all the stuff. But eventually we will have a night host. We will have other things that I want to implement, and weekends too, and it's all soccer. Okay, so it's kind of a home for soccer fans now. They're going to have a place that they can go, they can call. We have a 1-800 number. In fact, I was actually deciding on the 1-800 number yesterday for the station, for the call-in numbers for the listeners. So we've got they're going to be calling in from all over the world, obviously, and we'll have our text line. We'll have all that stuff. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. Seriously, it's one of those things. So that's where my life is going now, that I've got this project going on along with the podcast, and we've built something here. I don't want to tear this down. I'm not going to stop this. but I may have to adjust and tweak a little bit because of what's going on with Inter and all of my responsibilities there, because I've got a lot of responsibilities over there. So there you go. So that's kind of my life right now, and that's probably why I won't be doing a lot of Sirius at this point in time. That's why I'm not really permanently on anymore. I haven't been on for a while because I don't have the time to commit to them every week at a certain time because, one, thank the Lord, the podcast has gone really well. During the pandemic, obviously we've suffered some setbacks, but hopefully whenever we get past this post-pandemic, things will get hopefully back on track again. They're already starting to get back on track a little bit more, but it's just one of those things. But I'm blessed. I'm blessed that, I love working at Sirius. I have no problem with that, but I love doing this. I love doing our podcast every day. I love working with this jerkball every single day. And now this idea of Inter, which was my idea, by the way. So, I'm the one that approached Jorge Mas, and I said, listen, forget terrestrial radio, man. This is the way to go. And him and Paul McDonough kind of saw the vision, and they were like, let's do it. And they've been amazing, man. And it's been great to have people like Jorge Mas and Paul McDonough, behind you with all of this. It's phenomenal. Yeah. Those of you that are soccer fans and you've never had a home, you've never had a place to go to, you're going to have that place now, man. You're going to have a place like you've never had before, and I'm going to make sure of that along with the great people from Inter Miami, because without them, it doesn't happen. It just doesn't. Nobody cares about it enough, and it's growing and it's exploding, and we're going to be cutting edge on top of all of that. So there you go. Flipper 13, Big O local soccer show with a betting perspective. Yes, we will have wagering for all leagues. Okay? Not just the MLS, but the Premiership and the Bundesliga and the Spanish Primera League and all that stuff. We're going to have the lines for all of that. We're going to have the gambling angles to all of that. So yes, we can talk gambling on there. So, yes, we can.
People are fed up with gambling on Korean baseball, bro.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's terrible. So, if you're going to want your insight on any of that stuff before you make a sports investment, our host will have that in the morning and in the afternoon for you. I promise you. I've already talked to them about that. They know they want to implement that anyways, because that's part of what we do anyways. In this world, sports and gambling are alike. Like Rush says, you're a working man. You can do this. You can do this. Oh, and your wife is stronger than you. Well, that's very true. That's very true. That's the only reason I've lasted this long, because of my damn wife. If it's not for my wife, I'm screwed, bro. Herman says, "Great, Big O. You're gonna do great. Thank you." Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. Tommy Talon says, so you're going full soccer. The Inter Miami station will be full soccer. We will continue our podcast, our show, doing what we normally do. You understand? This is not going to change. The only thing, I may have to adjust the times. That may be coming. That's the only thing. That for the people that catch it live, that's going to be a little bit of a mission. The people that podcast, they don't care because they're going to podcast anyways. It doesn't. That's the beauty of podcasting. It doesn't matter when you record it. Just make sure you record it and upload it so people can download it. You know what I mean? So that's the difference. Jay says 1-800-MIAMI-CF available. Well, we got the number already. We got a number. It's not like that. It's not going to be. It's actually not going to be named an Inter Miami station. It's going to be under the Inter Miami banner, under the umbrella, but it'll be more of a soccer name than ever, because it's not just Inter Miami talk. We don't want people thinking that it's just an Inter Miami radio station and that's what we're doing 24 hours a day. You can't do that. We're going to be talking everything going on. So it'll be something different. I can't give you all the particulars yet, but it's coming. and it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. It's Flipper13 says Miami Inter was wise to hire Big O. Should be great. Soccer is awesome. Great sport. Thank you. Jay says have Michelle Kaufman do a show featuring women's soccer. Well, we will be. I got some ideas, my brother. I got some things planned that are marinating in my mind. So I got a lot of things that we're gonna do, and it's gonna be fun. Big O, great Korean baseball betting story here in Vegas, as the Bellagio had the wrong start time and bettors feasted. Should they be paid versus voiding the ticks is a hot topic as a result. Oh no, they should be paid. They made the mistake. They should be paid, bro. Pay the men his money. That's it. That's what I say. Pay him.
It's almost like going back in time and getting the sports almanac.
Right. Yes.
That's awesome.
And by the way, I'd be remiss if I did not mention our first super chatter of the day. Gus 1388 super chat. Super chat.
No way.
Yes way. No way. Yes way.
They were fantastic.
Super chat. Yes. Gus says, thanks for being on. Love the Devil's apparatus device. So there you go. He's liking the Motorhead. Today we went Motorhead. Now, I can't promise that every time I wear the scarf, I wear the shirt that goes with it, which I think I probably have a shirt for every scarf I've bought so far. So, but I have purchased a few of these. Got to have a few, man. This is our life from here on out for a while, for a long while, and especially those of us that have some pre-existing conditions. I went yesterday to a place that I was in there for about 15 minutes, and I got to tell you, I was nervous while I was in there. Because there was, a few other people, and we were trying to keep our distance and all that. And I don't even like being in places with other people trapped in. It's uncomfortable. It's an uneasy feeling. Oh, and I had a woman that was like 12 feet away from me, right? And she had her phone, okay? And every time she had to move or something, she had to do this. Huh? What? Okay, all right, good. Seriously. Every time. Like the bitch had to take the mask off to look at her phone. I really felt like telling her, ma'am, could you leave your mask on while inside? I wanted to kind of be the jerk, but I stayed quiet. I was 12 feet away. I go, hey, she's not affecting me right now as it is. But it was the weirdest thing in the world. She'd put on the mask when she wasn't looking at the phone, and then when she started to, view the phone, and she was on the phone most of the time, she'd take off her mask.
Her eyes don't work if her mouth is covered. She has a really hard time walking and chewing gum also, bro.
I mean, I saw that, and I was like, what is this bitch doing? I was pissed. I didn't say anything. I wasn't the jerk. Should I have been the jerk? Should I have called her out in the middle of the place and said, excuse me, could you keep your mask on?
There's a lot of people that walk around with the mask below their nose.
Yeah, dude.
And some of them even below their chin. And it's like, what is this, a fashion statement for you? What the hell, man?
By the way, the drunk guy that hit my daughter and hit two other cars, his insurance maxed out at $10,000. You think that's going to cover 3 cars?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so when that idiot hit, and then we went over to go see if my daughter was right and fine and all that stuff, there were a bunch of kids that were there. It's Taco Bell. None of them were wearing masks. There was one kid wearing a mask. Like that. What do you have a mask for? I mean, you're going to have it under your chin. And here's the other thing. It's under your chin. It's hot as hell out there. You're sweating all into that mask, and then you're going to put just, I don't know, man. It's just weird, man. People driving alone in their cars and wearing a mask makes me, wearing a mask in your own car. Come on, dude. Now, if you're transporting, somebody you don't know or something, you want to wear a mask in the car, okay, I could get that. But you are so right. The person that's alone in their car and they're wearing a mask. I mean, I find that embarrassing, actually. I commend you because, boy, you really like wearing that mask. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't mind taking it off.
They're afraid of contracting COVID-19 from themselves, man.
Or it's going to come through the AC, Yes, Alexa, she's fine. She's fine. She was just parked, and then the idiot hit 3 cars. He hit the first car, then he hit the second car, and he drove the second car into my daughter's car. That second car was my daughter's friend. So it's her car, and both friends' cars got all mangled. So, yeah. And the dude was drunk, and they took his ass in, and he's got terrible insurance. So, it's just one of those deals. What are you going to do? What do we have here? When I road test a customer car, I wear a mask even if I'm alone. Okay, but that's different, NorCal. That's not your car. You're in somebody else's car that their stank is all over the car. So they've been breathing in all that car, and so you got to get in that car and breathe whatever's in that car. I would wear a mask too, dude. Again, even if you were taking somebody in the car, your car, anybody else's car, and you don't hang around that person, you want to wear a mask, that's good. That's smart. But if you're in your own car all by yourself, don't wear a mask, dude. You look like a goofball. Come on, bro. I mean, I'm paranoid about this, but I got 5 stents in my heart. There's a reason why I'm paranoid, but I'm not paranoid enough that I'm wearing a mask in my car. I'm not doing that. That I'm not.
First thing I do when I get in the car, if I have the gloves on, take the gloves off one at a time, spray them down with my spray, take my mask off, spray that down, put it on the seat where it sits in the sun and gets roasted.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. And yes, Chase won. The guy's a turd, and he was drunk, and he got arrested. Yep. I have the video of him failing the sobriety test. I was going to post it, but I said,
Was it an Arthur-like drunk,
He was drunk. He was drunk. Yeah, he was drunk. I mean, dude, he had 3 parked cars and a Taco Bell. Come on, bro.
How fast, if you had to estimate, was he going through the parking lot based on the amount of damage, the movement of the cars?
He must have been doing at least
30, 40?
Yeah, 30.
Jeez.
Has to have been. And it's hard to do 30 at that rate, dude. Because the angle that he came out of. Do you know the Taco Bell by my house? On Sunset and 147th? You know that Taco Bell?
Sunset and
right by the Chevron.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, well,
right. It's right off of Sunset, right?
Well, yeah. But my daughter was parked towards the drive-in, so
that's a back around. Yeah,
he came. You don't have a lot of time to pick up that kind of speed
coming off of Sunset. No.
So it's kind of like he accelerated through or whatever. I don't know. It was just weird, dude. It was weird. Myron Sanchez chiming in with a little super chat. Thank you, Myron.
What the hell?
Super chat.
That took guts. We need guts.
I told you I can totally super chat.
So you think you got what it takes?
You have no skills.
This is permanent.
Good job.
I'm promoting you.
You got a lot of problems, don't you? Take pride in that.
We love it. Thank you. Myron Sanchez says this is for your success, and more to come. Good luck with the Inter Radio Show. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, Myron. You are a stud, my man. Thank you, as always, for your long time support, man. Myron's been following this show and supporting us for, 15, 20 years, man. It's been amazing, Myron. Thank you so much, my friend. Did you guys see the Indiana Pacers Twitter to our Miami Heat? Laughing my ass out. Wow, we whipped them. I have not. I got to check it out. I hope nobody else's stank gets in my car. Exactly. Yeah, you can't even let people in your car now. Really? Jean-Luc says there was a drop pick that drove his car into a lake, couldn't figure out why he was stuck. DUI. Oh, no. Yes, I know what you're talking about, sir. You are talking about, and we are prepared, of course, as always, on this show. It's a great story. His name is Jeremiah Braswell. Okay, and it's not a great story because nobody drunk is great. But the guy drove his car into a lake. Okay? They give him the sobriety test. He fails. He's drunk off his ass. Mind you, this is a guy that he's already been cut, by the way, after this whole thing. The video is there. The amazing part about this is it's a Camaro, okay? And he drove it into a lake, but it's not completely into the lake. Okay, I'll show you the picture here from TMZ. You see it there? It's not completely into the lake. But the amazing part about it is how he got there. There's a 6-foot wall behind him. He drove over that wall and landed on the rocks that lead to the lake. Okay? Yeah. No, I mean, this guy is...
He just thought he was James Bond and had the waterproof Lotus.
He is as drunk as they get, dude. Like, it's... Like, they jump the wall, they walk over to where the guy's at, and it's almost like he's trying to push the car. And it's like on rocks, and it's really about to go into a lake, and it's over. And you got to be wasted out of your mind to just keep driving, and you drive onto the rocks, and the bottom of that car has got to be just absolutely destroyed. And what a shame, too, because it's a really nice Camaro, bro.
Back in the day, 13 years old, right around in the area where the Taco Bell is. This is when I was doing the insert for the Sunday paper for the Herald. You know, we work all night and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we go get dropped off at South Beach and surf. But nonetheless, we're on 137th Avenue. We're basically done. We just delivered a bunch of papers to the 7-Eleven, and I got like a drink and a sandwich and this. And here comes this guy the opposite way, hauling ass, going south. And literally up in the median goes into a tree and Dukes of Hazzard style, upside down, and on his roof sliding down 137th Ave into the shopping center.
Okay, well, that's...
We pull over, run to the guy, make sure he's okay. You know what he says?
What?
Hey, just help me flip my car over and let me get out of here.
Okay. Did you see the guy? The guy some guy just did that right now on 79th Street and 27th Avenue. He sped and went right through 27th Avenue, off of 79th Street, went right into a car dealership, and went right on top of a car. And then, like a minute later, you see some skinny girl get out of the car. You see the video. She jumps the fence and disappears into the night. They've never found her yet. And the guy obviously was taken to the hospital. He must have been wasted out of his mind. Who knows what was going on in that car that they sped through that. Who knows if they were fighting or whatever. But the skinny girl, it looked like nothing happened to her. And you would figure anybody in that car was dead. Just happened 2 days ago. Go check it out on local news. It's crazy. Antonio says, back in the early 90s, people used to ditch their cars into the I-14 lake in Tamarack, Florida. It was a way to say, hey, my car's stolen. Insurance company. All right. I heard about a band called Bat for Lashes. Is the girl the lead singer? She's the girl's the lead singer. She's really good. All right. Bat for Lashes. All right. Let me write that down and I'll check it out. Thank you, my brother. Myron, I've heard of them, but I've never listened. I will check them out. That's what Super Boom Shack says. Super Boom Shack says, I saw Anthrax and Motorhead live not long before Lemmy passed. Oh, then you saw the one at Pompano. I was at Pompano Beach Amphitheater, that one. And we saw that one also the night before over at the House of Blues. I was at the one in Pompano, so I was there. I got Lemmy's pick from that concert, which is... I was actually that was a good night. That was a good night. I wanted to meet Lemmy, but he wasn't doing any of the meet and greets, so I couldn't meet Lemmy, and I knew it was,
Wasn't that the last?
That's the last
date
concert.
on the tour.
That was
that was the last date on that tour. That's date in U.S.
That was his last concert in
Was it a
the
couple?
US.
It was like a couple weeks ago, later, or 10
What,
days.
that he died?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like
10,
two months, maybe 7 weeks or something. Not much more
I
than that.
don't think it was that long.
Yeah, it was quickly after that he passed away. Yep, that was his last concert in the United States. Big O, what do you think of the chance for college football? Seems unlikely unless moves to spring. I've been saying, Leon, I don't think college football happens, bro. The NFL is slim. The college football, I don't think happens at all. How do you control 100 kids in every football team if you can't put them in a bubble and you can't keep them away from women, parties, and classrooms or students? Then how are you going to control the virus? Because the virus is running rampant amongst young people because they don't care.
You heard what the Ivy League's talking about doing.
Yeah, I know. Pushing it to
with
spring.
The April, yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
just staying within the conference.
Right. Yeah, but they're the Ivy League, bro.
Right.
Nobody went to an Ivy League school thinking they're going to the NFL.
The Ivy League was the first one to say we're not playing. It was the basketball.
Because the Ivy League has people that are not
Right.
playing for football, bro.
Right.
All those guys are trying to really graduate and become whatever
The
type of
sports
professional.
is the end probably to cover the cost, but it's about being in class doing book work.
Yes.
Yeah.
At Princeton and Yale and all those kind of places, football's not the priority for them.
That's an extra caveat.
Life is a priority there. And they got their crap, straightened out over there. Their priorities are right.
Well, like I said, they were the first ones to officially stop sports.
The SEC's just doing it because the money they bring in is more important than the lives. Because that's what we have to do, unfortunately, because we cannot stay in our homes and die. We cannot stay in our homes because they're going to kick us out of our homes because we can't pay for the rents. We can't pay for the mortgages. We got to work, but we got to find a way of working in a responsible fashion. We got to find a way of working as, like I had some idiot on Twitter, because I was saying, wear a mask. And so from wear a mask, the guy goes to me. So what do we do? Oh, stay at home forever, not work and not pay our bills. And I answered to him. I politely sent him a DM to not torture him on publicly. And I go, moron. And I did say that. I said, moron. I was taking it easy on him. Do you follow my life? Does it look like I'm stuck inside a home? Does it look like I don't work? All I'm saying is, if you're going to do it responsibly. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Let's face it, man. That's why all this is blowing back up on our face.
That's right.
It's because of us not doing what would curtail this situation from blowing up like it has.
I go, look, man, if you listen and watch our show, you got to know that I'm not telling you to be a hermit crab and stay away from everybody and go away. I have 5 stents in my heart. I have to make a living. I have to provide. I have to try. So, okay, but I'm going to do it in the most healthy fashion I can, in the most safest way I can. And I'm not going to go to the Ozarks and hang out with a bunch of idiots in a pool. And I'm not going to, as much as I would like to protest, I can't, even with a mask. I have no interest in being around hundreds and thousands of people. None. I'll stay away from that, and I'll keep working. And I'm working here right now, and all
of our locations, we're very fortunate. We are away,
right,
so to speak,
it's the only way we would do it anyway.
Right,
that's kind of part of the conversation. Hey, we're going to be able to keep our distance from people. Yes, okay, then we're good.
This situation enables us at each location to be able to have spacing.
Yeah, it's weird, man. And you see in Europe how they've flattened it. And then
man, just about every country.
Yeah, well,
we're the only one that it's like leveled off and now spiking back up.
We politicized it. We got the idiots running around. Oh, we don't need a mask. Okay, bro. Well, then go ahead, man.
That's the thing I saw on the map yesterday. It was like there's 12 that are steady. It's the same. There's 2 that it's going down. The other 36 is either 10 to 50% or 50% increase.
Yeah, that's it. Leon says, indeed, the only difference between us and the Czech Republic is they all wear masks and their transmission rate is almost 0. Of course, you don't got people breathing on each other. You know? Well, that's it. So, long story short, I really don't think the college football season happens. I really don't.
So the
it's
NFL,
it's too hard to control all those kids.
The NFL's a slim and the college is a none.
None. I don't think it happens at all. I don't think it's responsible. That's it. You know, we really should have never opened because people are too irresponsible and they can't handle the responsibility of opening. But we had to open. We had no choice. So now the idiots set us back, and now you're seeing more closures. Now you're seeing things. Oh no, we're not opening up bars and all that. Well, you know. And now we're shutting down bars. Now, so either they stopped the openings or they now reversed openings. And why? Because people were irresponsible.
Can't go walk on the beach, the parks. The whole deal is back to 0, nothing.
Yep, exactly. So, Super Boom Shack says, "Oh, will seniors get to play next year?" You know, my man, that is a phenomenal question. I don't know what you do. Well, they would all have to get redshirted. They all would. You know what it is? I think they'll give them the option of being redshirted, or they can go into the draft. Those that are eligible, and that's it. That's probably what they'll do with those guys. Because remember, you can't hold them back for a year, and because of the scholastically or anything like that.
You didn't play. How can you take away a year of eligibility?
No, but
you haven't even participated.
But if you're still doing online classes while you're not playing, you understand what I'm saying? So
right,
there's a technicality behind it. So what they'll do is you'll gain on your education if you're smart. You'll lose out on your athletic ability, but they'll just delay it and they'll say, okay, you can come back and you're still a junior next year. You're still a senior next year. You're still a sophomore next year.
The easiest way to do it is a red shirt, like you said.
Redshirt it. Yeah. Or if you're old enough, now that you're a junior or senior, because academically you became that junior, academically you became that senior, it's your option now that if you want to leave now to the NFL without playing this year.
You know what? It's a medical situation. You could say it's a medical red shirt because of
you're not going
COVID.
And you're not going to stop anybody from working. You can't do that. So I think that's what will happen. You will have the option of getting redshirted and then come back with the same status that you were, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Or if you're a junior or senior, you will then have the option of saying, I forego the rest of my eligibility and I'm going to the NFL. That's it. But now you have to depend on junior tape and sophomore tape. And if you didn't play as much as a junior and even less as a sophomore, it's really hard to gauge what you are and where you're going to get drafted. So I'm just saying this is going to cause problems for the pros, it's not just the college players. This becomes a crap show for the NFL too. I mean, scouting's hard enough as it is. Now you've got to scout players you have less film on. Oh my God. Now you have to do more projecting than anything else. That's the problem with, that whole thing with the college determination. All right, 1 hour down. Let's go into hour number 2, which we're already in hour number 2 at VSS West Pines, 12397 Pembroke Road. Come on by and say hi. Let's take a break. Back with more right here on The Big O Show.
It's a buyer's market at Toyota of Hollywood. Over 1,500 Toyotas on the ground, and truckloads just keep on coming. Now pay up to 50% less. 2020 Camry, not $29,000, $17,775. 2020 Corolla, not $22,000, $13,775. Buy a new 2020 Toyota with 0 down and 0% financing, or we'll make your payments till 2021 at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street.
Are you tired of watching the same old travel videos on the internet? Well, then check out MikeNoGoZones.com. a travel documentary that's breaking barriers. I go to the places that the media tells you to fear, where no one else dares to go. Baltimore, Opelika, South Side of Chicago, and more. Go to MikeNoGoZones.com.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver, you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
America's safest and best-selling compact luxury SUV is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. RDX, $339 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
All right, we ready to rock. And also that one, too. Yeah. Anyway. All right. We are back. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, 786-322-1105. If you want to get in, that's 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, you can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Email Orlando at Big O Radio Show. Many, many, many ways to listen to the program. If you're going to order food, the best option, safest option is pizza, because when they put that pizza in the box, it's still cooking. All right, Antonio. Thank you, my brother. That is accurate, because it is hot still. You were right. Can I listen to the show on YT Music app? What the hell is YT Music app? No. No.
That would be a negative, sir.
Yeah, that would be a negative. Yeah. He, I guess he doesn't know the
only YT that the MP3 converter from YouTube.
Right.
Copy the URL YT MP3 convert.
Yeah. I guess he doesn't follow all the other options because we always say Stitcher and Spotify and SoundCloud and Google Play and all that stuff. But, you know, what are you going to do? But I appreciate it, my man. There you go. Many different ways to listen to the show. RVA in Richmond, what's up, Big O? On my route today, 6 people have told me that the virus is bull crap. One was a nurse. She told me it's a money thing. Wow. All right. Yeah, it's a money. The whole world is behind it. Yeah. Yeah, we're just digging graves in Brazil for fun and Mexico and all these places. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you know, what can I tell you?
They don't remember the shot. Remember those shot of Italy at night in the middle of the morning? The military trucks with the bodies just loaded in the back going through the city. Like, the whole world is in on the conspiracy, right?
The whole world is in on the conspiracy. They're out to screw everybody. Every government got together. Every hospital in the world got together, and they said, hey, let's screw the world. Let's put them all out of work.
Bring them to their knees,
Let's
man.
set every financial institution back. Let's just do that. Let's just ruin it for everybody. Yeah. No, it's a huge conspiracy. I love these people that live their lives like Mel Gibson in that movie with what's her name?
Roberts.
With Julia Roberts.
Theory.
Conspiracy Theory. That's it. I think I've watched that movie at least 35 times. Like every time I run into it, boom. Now after the whole Gibson thing with the whole, now I can't watch it anymore. After he came out as an anti-Semite or whatever, I stopped watching Mel Gibson movies. But I used to watch that movie all the time. Julia Roberts doing a lot of running. Ray Grulon chiming in on the Super Chat. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate you.
What's going on in there?
Super Chat.
Excuse me a sec. What are you babbling about?
Super Chat.
If he
Super Chat.
will all
Super Chat.
it'll be anarchy. It's out of my hands.
There you go. All right. So I appreciate you, Ray. Thank you, sir. You are a stud as always. Reaching out to us and supporting. He says, Motorhead rocks nice. Thank you. Motorhead does rock. So good. They are so good. I appreciate the inspirational talk early this morning. I was out of work for 2 to 3 months because of the pandemic, and you are really an inspirational and positive person. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. Listen, I'm just one of those guys. I don't know if it's, positive or inspirational or anything like that, but I'm just grinding, man. And I'm just not a person that allows to be down very long. Even pissed. I can get pissed at something and then it's done. I got to get rid of it and I'm moving on, bro. I'm not going to dwell on it. Can't dwell on this. Can't dwell on negativity, bro. Can't do that. I won't allow myself to do that. I mean, think about this. When for 11 months, I knew I was getting fired at QAM. For 11 months. Like I knew I was waiting for my option on my contract to come up and I knew, okay, finally, you know what I mean? And it sucks to go to work every day and know you're going to get fired, right? But the day I got fired, it was like a smile came to me. And, like a lot of people I've seen people in our business that they lose their job and it's, oh, woe is me and I'm depressed and I am not that person. I cannot allow myself to dwell on negativity. I just use it as motivation to feed me to go to the next step. And that's it. And that's what I do. And that's all we can do. But the people that are constantly complaining and living on negativity and living on what happened to them last week, last month, last year, man, life is short enough as it is. You cannot allow that it happens to all of us. We're going to have all kinds of setbacks. What are you going to do? Now we got this issue with my daughter's car and the drunk driver. Then something else will come up next week. And something will break in the house, and we'll need to pay this bill, and we'll need to do this. And it's just the way life is, bro. And what? I lost a job? I'll go get another one. That's it. That's all. You think I'm going to allow some wussy ass like Len Weiner to control what I do? Screw that, bro. I came to me, oh, well, we got to, hey, man, I knew that was coming. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you finally did this so I can move on. That's the way I looked at it. Why? Because is he going to control what I do? No, dude. We got the 12 thing didn't, the 12-10 thing didn't work out. Okay, so you team up with somebody who had no resources. What are you going to do? You move on. You start the podcast. We have some fun with it. We got great sponsors. We got great listeners. We got great support. I'm blessed. We move on. Inter Miami comes now into the mix. You know, that's the way it is. That's fine. I know that I am a good employee, a great employee, and a good person. But I know that I chose a terrible business, a business that takes advantage of people. Now more than ever. It wasn't really that bad in the 90s when I started. But now it's just a horrific business. And it's very few people that actually know what the hell they're doing. But you can't allow people to bring you down. You can't. You do that, you give in to all of that. So keep it positive, Alex, man. And when adversity hits, find a way to overcome. That's what you got to do. 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. Jesse in Minneapolis says, Orlando, what's with some of these folks? You don't fake a global pandemic. Unbelievable. It's what are you going to do? Oh, speaking of the business, I think Zaslow and Amber are out this week on 790. They don't even have enough money to have somebody to fill in. Think about that. Think about the kind of radio station I grew up working with the Beasleys. We had programming till 2 a.m. We had Ed Kaplan on till 2 a.m. And we had like 7 guys waiting to fill in back in the day when it was a real radio station. Look what they have now. They barely have any local programming, and when they have them out, the Intercom doesn't have enough money for a fill-in. That's the business. Think about that, man. Think about that. Think about the old QAM. Do you think that would ever happen? It's just, it's a terrible business, man. It's terrible. It's cheap. It's abusive. And it's got a lot of bad companies that are running radio stations. That's the problem. I guess whoever's calling me doesn't realize that we're actually doing a radio show. It's all good. Anyway, 786-322-1105. Super Boom Shack says, you mean 45 minutes of commercial can't pay for a fill-in? They have no connection with the local sponsors. They treat their employees like crap. The stock is down to $2. Okay, it was like at 15, Bill. Can you imagine? And they gave me some of that stock. No, wait, I'm sorry. I didn't get any of their stock. I got CBS stock. That's right. I still have CBS stock. Only a little bit of it. It's not, whatever. It's garbage. But their stock was at 15. They're down to 2. I've been telling you for a while, right? That Chapter 11's coming, right? Haven't I been telling you that? They can't even pay for a fill-in. They don't even have enough people to fill in. Okay? That's all you need to know about how cheesy Intercom is and what a pathetic group now. And obviously 560 and 790 are a shell of what they used to be. You know what I mean? It's just it's awesome to watch, man. It is awesome to watch. Seriously, how incompetent they are. What are you going to do? Today it's Andrew Van Ginkle alias Sunshine Bee Day. Okay, did not know that. Well, happy birthday to Andrew Van Ginkle. I'm looking forward to seeing him. Yeah, they have a Jim Rome National Show filling in no local programming. No, they are a joke. Intercom is a complete joke. It's the worst company I've ever worked for in my life. I've never seen a company. Well, that's why their stock is at $2. You know, I mean, what are you going to do? You know. Anyway, 786-322-1105. We got a super chat. Julius 305 chiming in. Thank you, my brother. Very strong on your part.
I know that, dude.
Where'd you get this?
Super chat.
Oh, gnarly.
There you go, Julius. Nice job by you. He goes, here's my ad. It's called The Big O Show. Yeah, I like it. And Cookie Vice follows up with another super chat. Thank you, Cookie Vice. Appreciate you, my brother. What? Super chat.
No way.
Yes way. No way. Yes way.
They were fantastic.
Super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Cookie Vice out there chiming in, man. That is strong on your part. All of you out there, thank you for super chatting and helping us out. You know, I don't want to get into too deep in politics here or anything. I just got to ask one political question, just a short one. It's an entertainment question, okay? / politics, because there's a little bit of politics involved. Everybody knows Kellyanne Conway, right? The mouthpiece for the president. Okay. Did you hear about her daughter, Claudia? Do you know anything about her? So Claudia Conway, she is a big anti-Trump person. She hates Trump. She's all for the Black Lives Movement. She's constantly putting out TikTok videos against Trump, pro for Black Lives Movement. Go find Breonna Taylor, charge Breonna Taylor's murderers with, killers with murder, all that stuff, right? So it's everything against the president and everything. I just got to ask, where is E! Online? Where is Netflix? Okay? Where is the Bravo channel? Kellyanne Conway's husband hates Trump, publicly says it, posts all kinds of stuff. Her daughter hates Trump, posts all kinds of stuff in support of the protesting, which, of course, the president's against. And Kellyanne works for the president. How do we not have a reality show of that house? Seriously, can you imagine dinner at the Conways?
And she gets out in front of the camera and loves to be in the spotlight. It isn't like she wouldn't probably like this, right?
Bill, I'm being facetious. She would hate this, you dummy.
No, but she likes getting in front of the camera.
Bro, both the people in her house are completely her opposite, Bill. She wouldn't want this. She hates this. This is embarrassing for her. Her daughter's out. Her daughter, because of her daughter can now get an incredible following on TikTok because the political people and obviously the Dems are going to enjoy this. You know what I mean? So they're going to promote this. So she's getting like a ton of attention. I'm just saying. I'm being facetious, except for Bill. He actually thinks it's real.
No, I'm just saying I can remember her being on the couch with her feet up and the shoes off,
There's no way she would want this publicly. She won't be working very long in the White House. But
you're right.
But I just want to be a fly on the wall during dinner between those three. I'm just saying.
Do you think they actually sit down to dinner together? Can they?
Again, some of you out there, you might have just tuned in. You don't know me very long or whatever, and you might think I pick a side, and I don't. I laugh at Democrats. I laugh at Republicans. I laugh at them equally. I'm just saying, for entertainment purposes, I would love for the Conway house to be filmed because it's got to be a blast. I'm just saying. Alex Diaz, you, sir, are a stud. Chiming in on the super chat. Thank you, Alex.
I know that, dude.
Where'd you get this?
Super chat.
Oh, gnarly.
He says the Dolphins are the new bullies on the block. We will dethrone the Patriots. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. It's coming. People don't want to believe. That's fine. That's fine. Flipper13 says, Big O, do you have a TikTok? Great freaking app. I haven't started doing any TikTok yet. You know, I don't know what the hell to do on TikTok. That seems more like a young thing to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know where we will have TikTok and we will do a lot of it? Will be on the Inter app or the Interstation. Whatever it's going to be called.
Isn't that a dance and entertainment, make a ass of yourself type thing?
No, it's not necessarily make an ass.
But you know what I mean.
But yeah.
You know, some of them do.
Yeah, you can.
A lot of them do.
Yeah, you can have some fun. There's dancing. There's messages. There's all kinds of stuff. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know if I'm. I don't even know if I could be a good follow on TikTok or anything like that. You know what I mean? Or maybe we should put excerpts of the show on TikTok. That might be better. Maybe that's what we should do. You know? Nobody can control their children anymore. You're right about that, Tommy. Kids have now the freedoms that we never had. They have laws now that we never had. There's no child services when they were beating your ass with a belt. That never came up, dude. Cuando me están dando con el cinto, I am not thinking about child services. Cuando estoy cogiendo un chancletazo, I'm not thinking about child services. Cuando me dan un pescozón, I'm not thinking of child services. Sorry. In the 70s, you don't think of child services. The only thing you think of, how do I get out of this moment here where I'm getting my ass kicked?
Oh, the answer would be child abuse? You want to see some child abuse? I got some child abuse for you.
I mean, give me a break.
That was our parents.
Alexa goes, Big O, more Spanish talking. Oh, but seriously, I mean, back in the day, you got whacked, you got paddled in school, and then you got your ass kicked at home. There was no child, I'm going to call child services. Can you imagine telling a Cuban mother in the 70s, I'm calling child services? Sí, vas a llamar. Llámalo aquí. Va. And then, get el teléfono. Pa. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You have no idea. No idea. Are you kidding me? But see, here's the difference now. Here's the enormous difference. Okay? That I've kind of noticed this with these kids nowadays compared to us when we were kids. We're all screw-ups as kids. We all make mistakes, right? But deep down inside, after you got your ass kicked, you knew you deserved that ass kicking. That's really what it... Nowadays, these kids feel like they don't deserve anything. No kind of punishment. It's almost like they're above that. Don't even say something to me in the wrong way. Oh, you called me jerky. It's going to hurt my feelings forever.
You don't even have to do that. You can't even look at them in a certain way. They freak out.
Yeah, dude. You say things to some of these kids. They're so fragile. It's like I have no idea. It's like it damages them forever. You know what I mean? And we grew up in an era where your parents, your grandparents, your cousin, your uncle, they ripped into you, bro, and called you all kinds of names.
Get out of here and go play in traffic.
Yeah, whatever. And then 5 minutes later, it's over. You forgot about it. They forgot about it. You move on. Nowadays, man, whatever you say, it sticks to these kids like luggage. I mean, it's with them forever. They're like reminding you constantly, oh, you said I couldn't do it. Okay, well, you were trying to climb Mount Everest at 7 years old. You can't do it. Oh, but you shouldn't tell your child that. You're 7. You're trying to climb a mountain. I'm trying to help you here. You can't do it at that age. Oh, you're shattering my dreams. You're 7. Shut the hell up. Oh, you're doing it again. It's like, forget it. You can't. You can't deal with some of these kids. I mean, it's a different world, man. It just is. I'm telling you, we got our asses kicked, and we cried and whatever, but we kind of knew what we did, and we kind of said, like, okay, well, then it comes with the territory, and you forgot about it, and you move on.
Yeah, but there was times when if you were crying a little too much, like, you want me to come in there and give you something to cry about? You didn't? Did you get that one?
Yeah, all the time.
You know?
All the time. You were gonna get hit for crying. Like, shut up! You're bothering me with that crying. You're gonna keep crying. I'm gonna go give you another reason to cry. You're like, and you're trying to like hold in the crying and all that. You have no idea. I still have to wait on a call from my boomerang chancleta from my Cuban aunt when I was 13. Exactly. Damn right. It's a beautiful thing. But I mean, anybody that grew up in that era, you understand exactly what I'm talking about, how it's completely different now, man. Never. It's a whole different ball game in this world. All right, let's take a quick break. It's 1:30 right now. We do want to tell you about Craig Zins, Acura of Pembroke Pines. They've got their 12th anniversary sale going on right now. 0.9% financing is going on. All right, so take advantage. $1,000 off if you're a military veteran. $1,000 off if you're a first responder. The RDX right now, 2020 model, $299. The MDX, $319. The ILX and TLX, $199. Only $29.99 do it signing plus tax tag and registration. If you own or lease an Acura, go see Mike Chan and Jordan Ferber. They do an excellent job, and I would never tell you to go buy or lease a vehicle where I wouldn't do it myself. At 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. Finest dealership in the business, baby. No better Acura dealership in the world than Craig Zins. Acura of Pembroke Pines.
Are you tired of watching the same old travel videos on the internet? Well, then check out MikeNoGoZones.com, a travel documentary that's breaking barriers. I go to the places that the media tells you to fear, where no one else dares to go. Baltimore, Opelika, South Side of Chicago, and more. Go to MikeNoGoZones.com.
It's a buyer's market at Toyota of Hollywood. Over 1,500 Toyotas on the ground, and truckloads just keep on coming. Now pay up to 50% less. 2020 Camry, not $29,000, $17,775. 2020 Corolla, not $22,000, $13,775. Buy a new 2020 Toyota with 0 down and 0% financing, or we'll make your payments till 2021 at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver, you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million whether you're a passenger or driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
America's safest and best-selling compact luxury SUV is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. RDX, $339 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
All right, we back. Dallas Goedert, remember when he got sucker punched about a week and a half ago at that South Dakota, North Dakota bar, whatever it was. It was in a Dakota. I forgot which one it was. I think it It's some kind of Dakota. But anyways, he got his Dakota lights out, right? Well, apparently, the man who punched the Eagles tight end says it wasn't a cheap shot. He's insisting he was protecting a friend who was in a Dallas grasp. And he says that he suffered serious injuries as a result. TMZ spoke with Kyle Hadala, who tells them that he feels the viral video does not tell the full story of what transpired before the fatal punch was thrown on June 19th at the Zoo Bar in South Dakota. Hadala insists Goddard and his friends had been harassing them at a previous bar over the choice of music that they were playing on the jukebox. They were extremely aggressive and disrespectful, Hadala said. The group moved to a new spot, the Zoo Bar, but Hadala says Goddard and his crew followed them with bad intentions. Very soon, according to Hadala, the situation escalated. They picked out my smaller colleague from the group, got in his face, and made very threatening remarks towards his personal well-being, Hadala said. Then one of his crew told my other colleague, and I quote, "You're just a fat effing wussy." He used the P word instead. "I'll beat the S out of you." Hadala says Dallas put his hand on his friend, which you can see in the video, and then that's when Hadala decided to take action. At this point, I was in fear for both of my friends' well-being, especially due to the fact that there were 10 of them and were not familiar with the area. I protected my friend and then was ambushed by 5 to 7 individuals that punched, kicked, threw beer bottles, etc., trying to cause me bodily harm, which I received medical treatment at the hospital for my injuries the next day. Hadala said he received multiple lacerations in the incident, which required several stitches and staples close to the wounds. Hadala was eventually arrested and booked on simple assault charge. He's already lawyered up and plans to fight the case. Now, they reached out to Dallas, but no comment. Now, I got to tell you something. If there's any truth to all of this, I hope Dallas Goddard gets suckered punched another 30 times in the next 30 days. Do you understand that? If this is true, if these guys were harassing them, okay, all right, I hope 30 different dudes attack him daily. I hope somebody comes from somewhere and sucker punches him every day for 30 days. All right? If this is true, Dallas Goddard is a complete scumbag. Okay? That's all I'm saying. If it's not true, then the other guy's a liar and a cheap shot artist, and he should go to jail and serve it. But if Goddard and his friends were really harassing those guys to the point that they followed them to another bar, I'm glad that they sucker punched him. Again, I don't know what the truth is. I hope it comes out. But if this is anywhere close to true, then what happened to Dallas Goddard, I'm happy for your ass. Okay? I hope you got a third-degree concussion from it, if it's true. If it's true. That's all I'm saying. If it's not true, then the other guy needs to go to jail and serve some time. But that story better not be true, that you actually went and you took the time to go chase these guys to another bar to harass them. If that's the truth, then I'm glad they knocked your ass out. And I hope they do it 30 more times in the next 30 days. Okay? Seriously. Because I have no sympathy for that at all. That's just being a bully. That's being a total lowlife. You got no life, and you're gonna be harassing just regular people that are just minding their own business. I'm sorry. I'm not in favor of it at all. I am in no way, shape, or form do I have any kind of sympathy for anything like that. All right, 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. That's 786-322-1105. Did you guys see what the MLS players were tweeting out for their food? So apparently the MLS said that their players are eating really well and said they have meal plans that sounded great. House roasted prime New York strip loin, bourbon glazed smoked Virginia ham, all appeared on the lunch menu. And the players were quick to point out that it was a $65 lunch special, didn't exactly live up to expectations. Why? Because they gave them box lunches. Okay? And the box lunch, it doesn't, it's a kind of box lunch that I may not even want myself. Okay? Seriously. I mean, it's not impressive in any way, shape, or form. Right? Now, there's an issue with all of this. All right? When you see the box lunch, you're like, okay, that doesn't look very tempting, and it really doesn't look anything great. But the thing is, you're supposed to go to the dining area to have that lunch. That the stuff that they talked about. If you don't go to the dining area, this is what they give you to take back to your room. So it's kind of a catch-22. You had a shot at getting the really good food, but you chose to have it delivered to your room, so they gave you a box lunch, which is a sandwich, pudding, and what's it called? The banana. That's it. I love that, man. I mean, because it certainly didn't look like house-roasted prime New York strip. That didn't look like that. Omar Gonzalez from Toronto FC said, yum. Hashtag MLS is back. It's awesome. And they're all tweeting out the different box lunches because some come with the pumpernickel bread, some come with white bread, some come with whole wheat. Brad Evans goes, as usual, MLS making players their number one priority, and he puts out like the sandwich, and it's just two pieces of bread. They piled up some meat, and then it's like this just piece of cheese that's just there. It just doesn't look edible at all. It just doesn't look good. And not for these guys. But now that they know the trick, are you going to keep going to your room and ordering the food, or are you just going to go to the dining room, have your really good meal, and then go upstairs? Aren't you in your room long enough as it is? Don't you want to be out of your room as much as possible? I found it pretty funny to see the kind of food that they're serving the boys.
I think it's funny they're complaining when, you got what you did. You're sitting in your room, you want delivery, this is what you get.
Right.
You want real food? Go down there in the dining room, man.
Right, man. And get real food.
Sounds like prima donnas, man.
Well, it sounds like they didn't realize the trick of, okay, if I go to the dining room, I'll get the really good food. If I go to my room, they're going to serve me some crap. Basically.
I think it'll be interesting to see if they just continue to sit in their room and complain about it,
something tells me that will change. Something tells me that is going to change up a little bit.
They're going to be catered to.
Yeah. This is a great day, by the way, for Bobby Bonilla. Bobby Bonilla picks up another $1 million. That guy, I mean, the deal he cut 19 years ago is awesome. On July 1st, every July 1st, the New York Mets give the former slugger a little under $1.2 million. It's $1.193 million. Okay. And he retired back in 2001 with the Cardinals. He's been collecting a check of nearly $1.2 million on July 1st for almost a decade now. The deal is part of a contract negotiation that Bonilla's agent Dennis Gilbert had, which pays Bonilla the money until 2035. He last played for the Mets in 99. He will be 72 years old when the contract expires with the team. Okay? Now, the Mets wanted to part ways with Bonilla back in 99, but he had $6 million left on his contract. Wilpon believed he was getting a huge return on his investment through Madoff, but the Mets owner turned out to be a victim of Madoff's infamous Ponzi scheme. Instead of paying Bonilla outright, Wilpon offered to defer payments so the money could be unwittingly invested into Madoff's Ponzi scheme. Gilbert negotiated with the team to defer payments until 2011 with an 8% annual interest rate. Madoff was the mastermind behind the most notorious Ponzi scheme in history, a Ponzi scheme in a form of fraud that uses funds for more recent investors to pay profits to early investors, leading them to believe that their investments are part of a successful enterprise. Madoff is serving 150 years in prison for a multi-billion-dollar scheme that he ran for decades. In total, Bonilla walked away with $29.8 million payday because of Will Bond's blunder. That is awesome, dude. You turned $5 million into $28 million, bro. That is freaking fantastic that you're able to do that. And you're going to be 70-something years old and you're getting that $1.2 million every year. You figure you lose about 40% of that to the government. So you're going to lose somewhere in the neighborhood of, $440,000 or whatever it is out of that 1.2. So you're going to keep around $700,000-800,000 every year. That's not bad, man. You know? Him and his beautiful, I don't know, is he still married? He had a beautiful wife. When they won the World Series, I remember covering the World Series and covering the parades and all that. And there were a couple of wives you wanted to see when the team got together. And one was Bonilla's wife. The other one was Dutch Dalton. He was married to a Hooters girl who was a really pretty girl. I'm trying to remember. There was another player that had a really smoking hot wife. And I remember, but Bonilla was married to a beautiful woman, man. All right, I don't know her name or anything like that, but I remember, I haven't seen her in whatever it's been, 20-something years, right? Since the Marlins won, 97. So it's been a long time. But
23 years.
Yeah, man, it's been a long time. 23 years ago, I had my arm around Huizenga, interviewing him with a Marantz tape deck. We weren't even digital then. And people are spraying champagne all over us. And he's just answering my questions inside the locker room. And I literally had my arm around Huizenga. I was kind of like, I kind of put my arm around Huizenga and hugged him, brought him closer to me because it's loud in there, right? So I had to kind of bring him in and ask him the question so he can hear it and him answer it. It was like a one-on-one. Like I saw him there in the middle of the locker room, and I grabbed him. Hey, Wayne, talk about the win, and boom, and that's it. You know, because you're just fighting to get sound in the middle of chaos. You know what I mean? The other thing I remember when I left that locker room, I didn't have that feeling with the Heat, and I'll tell you why. But when I left that locker room, I had to get in my car and drive to the station. And I swear to you, I was praying to God that I would not get pulled over. Not because I'm not drunk, but I smelled like a drunk. I didn't have any extra clothes or anything like that. So I didn't have a change of anything. I couldn't, I didn't anticipate, hey, man, what if I'm full of champagne and maybe I should change my clothes or whatever. And it was just gross, dude. The champagne stinks, too, on top of all that. And you're full of alcohol. I did not get pulled over, thank the Lord, and nothing happened that day, and I was able to move on. When I covered the Heat winning in Dallas, because we were in Dallas when they clinched it in 2006, there was a bus that was taking us back and forth, so I wasn't driving, so I didn't care that they were going to drop me off at the team hotel, and I was full of champagne. So that one, I was like, okay, I don't have to worry about. I was anticipating everything too that time, and I was going, well, what if they win? Okay, I don't need to take that. They'll take me back in the team bus or the media bus, and I won't have to drive. Thank the Lord. So then I'll get the change in my room. All right, 786-322. 1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. You can also reach out to me on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Follow us there as always. It is a 24-hour talk show there on Twitter, which we always love. Robert Kraft, the tape is still alive. That's right. You interested in watching Robert Kraft get serviced in an Asian baseball?
No, not in this lifetime. Sorry.
No, neither do I. And that's what I want to know, because the courtroom battle now continues. The judges have wrapped up Tuesday's hearing without making a formal decision. The case will continue next week. It's a huge day in court for Kraft. State of Florida is trying to convince an appeals court to allow graphic video shot from inside a Jupiter baseball to be used against Kraft in his sex act case. It's all happening right now. It's being live streamed and everything. Remember, prosecutors say cops got a warrant to secretly install cameras inside the spa because they believe it was operating as a brothel and they wanted to catch the criminal activity in the act. Cops say they have footage of Kraft at the spa on 2 different occasions. But in a previous ruling, a judge ruled the video was not permissible because law enforcement did not do enough in their surveillance to protect innocent people who were inside the spa getting perfectly legal massages. State of Florida has appealed that decision, and now a panel of judges in the 4th District Court of Appeals will decide if the previous ruling will stand. Jeffrey DeSouza is representing the state of Florida. Derek Schaefer is representing Robert Kraft. DeSouza claims the video of Kraft specifically was shot legally, and prosecutors should be able to use the footage to prosecute him, claiming it's essential, a smoking gun. Does his gun still smoke? As we previously reported, Kraft was busted back in February of 2019. Officials had the sting operation in Jupiter. Massage parlor revealed the New England Patriots owner did illegally pay for sex acts on 2 occasions. You know, Kraft has got some money. He's got some badass lawyers. Now, I don't want to see the video, okay? I have no intentions, even if they release it, I don't want to see that video, okay? Now, if you tell me Megan Thee Stallion is on there, maybe I do want to watch it, but I'm sorry. Anyway, listen, I don't want to see the video, but I do want to tell you this, okay? I do want it to get released just so these privileged dudes don't get what they want. Because the poor bastards that get caught doing the same thing, the video's released, everybody sees it. I'd rather you treat him like everybody else, okay? He went to do something illegally multiple times. They have it twice. You know he probably was there a few other times, okay? And in the end, Robert Kraft needs to learn a lesson for being incredibly stupid. Right? He's got the kind of money that he could actually have a woman come to him, a professional, sign and everything sealed and no what's that called, where you can't talk, you get a one of those deals that they sign and they can't say crap. You know what I'm talking about. I'm drawing a blank now on that, but that kind of you could do that if you're that guy. Gag order. Thank you. There you go. Okay? You agree to a gag order, everything. Let her lawyer up. You lawyer up. Everything's boom, boom, boom on the up and up and done. And she gets paid. Probably gets paid a nice little chunk that doesn't affect him. Okay? He gives her $30,000 for a couple of visits. That's like 30 cents for you and me. Okay? And he keeps her shut. He gets serviced at home. Nobody ever finds out. The fact that you're stupid enough to go to an Asian day spa as a billionaire, brother, not only should that video be released, it should be put on the silver screen all over the country, okay? And actually, the pandemic challenge, the only movie that's out in this country is Robert Kraft getting serviced at a day spa. How desperate are you to go to the movies? And then we'll find out. All proceeds go to human trafficking or something. We'll make something good out of something pretty disgusting. Plus, I mean, don't you want to just stand outside and see who are the sick bastards that would actually pay to watch that? I mean, think about it. Robert Kraft is 70-something years old. He can love you long time. You know what I'm saying? Robert Kraft, if he loves you for a couple of seconds. I mean, it's 70, bro. It's there's not much use there, I would imagine. Matthew Walker says, good day, everybody. Got class. Wow. Matthew Walker going to class. That's strong. He's actually doing something productive. Look at us, just talking crap here on the air. Big O, Kraft was wearing long white socks up to his knees, bare-chested. Okay, let me stop. LOL. Non-disclosure agreement. Thank you, Matthew Walker. There, it takes the educated one. He's going to class. There you go. Figures that the educated one is the one that's going to straighten us idiots out. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you for straightening us out. Appreciate that. 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, that's 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. Do want to remind you that the show is proudly brought to you by Mudias Dental. We love talking about Eric Mudias. I got my Invisaligns. I've been doing it for several months now. Straightened out my teeth. You're going to love it, folks. You can do it too. You want to fill a cavity. You got a root canal, a crown, clean your teeth, whatever it is you need to do. State-of-the-art equipment, family-owned, incredibly impeccable place. You're going to love it. 305-821-0231. You guys know I would never mislead you. Call Mudias Dental. Tell them that Big O sent you. 305-821-0231. Support the great sponsors that support us, folks. Very important, man. You want a great dentist? I'm using it. My wife and my daughter now are going to start going over to Mudias Dental. So if the family's willing to go, you should be too. 305-821-0231. Go to the website, MudiasDental.com.
America's safest and best-selling compact luxury SUV is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. RDX, $339 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
No one expects to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver, you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million, whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
Are you tired of watching the same old travel videos on the internet? Well, then check out MikeNoGoZones.com, a travel documentary that's breaking barriers. I go to the places that the media tells you to fear, where no one else dares to go. Baltimore, Opelika, South Side of Chicago, and more. Go to MikeNoGoZones.com.
It's a buyer's market at Toyota of Hollywood. Over 1,500 Toyotas on the ground, and truckloads just keep on coming. Now pay up to 50% less. 2020 Camry, not $29,000, $17,775. 2020 Corolla, not $22,000, $13,775. Buy a new 2020 Toyota with 0 down and 0% financing, or we'll make your payments till 2021 at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street.
ready to rock and roll out here at VSS West Pines. And, folks, you know the hookah bars are closed. You don't want to go to hookah bars right now anyways because all you're going to do is be spreading and getting COVID, right? But you can get your own hookahs here. Do it at your house. Save yourself a lot of money, by the way, because you'll spend a lot less at your house. And we've got CBD hookah. So this is pure 100% hemp, okay? And you can use it for your hookah pipes, and you can get CBD at the same time. They've got the shisha here for the hookah. This is a grape. This is a CBD-infused Samawi shisha. How about that? Blueberry mint is this flavor here. This one's grape. So for those of you that love your hookah, you can get all the products here. You can buy the hookah pipes here. They have an enormous selection of hookah pipes out here, water pipes, all of that at VSS West Pines, 12397 Pembroke Road. So if you're relaxing at home and you're kicking back and you're watching whatever it is you're watching on television and you want to chill out with a little hookah, come on, man. There you go. Pure hemp right there. CBD, 100 grams of it, and you can enjoy it for all you hookah lovers out there. How about that? Got all the products out here, man, at VSS West Pines. And you tell them that I sent you 20%. 20%. Tell them Big O, 20% off. So come on out. All right? 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. Why am I? Took this off. I was drinking water and took it off accidentally and left it off. I'm like that lady at that place yesterday. Okay. Anyway, so we'll take you till 3 o'clock out here. Come on by and say hi, too, man. Would love to meet you if you come on by here at VSS West Pines at 12397 Pembroke Road. Come on out. We'll be out here for a while. I saw this whole story by, and you know, some of you have asked me about Mike Lombardi. And Mike Lombardi's a guy that, you know, had his ups and downs in personnel in the NFL, and he's kind of become this insider-like, right? And so he's broken some stories or he's put some stuff out there. And so he put out there that free agent wide receiver Antonio Brown is getting interest from the Tampa Bay Bucks. Apparently my boy JT the Brick on Mad Dog had Michael Lombardi of The Athletic on. And he said he heard rumors on Tuesday linking Brown to the Bucks, who have already added, by the way, former quarterback Tom Brady, as you all know, and Rob Gronkowski. So Diana Rossini reported that the Brown signing would represent an about-face from Tampa Bay and Coach Bruce Arians. Why? Because they're not interested. Jenna Lane, who was on with us last week, also said that everything she's heard, they're not interested in Antonio Brown. Okay? So Tim Daniels of the Bleacher Report also reported that the Buccaneers are not interested in Antonio Brown. So you've got like reports coming out of Rossini, out of Jenna Lane, out of Tim Daniels from The Athletic. All of them are confirming that the Bucs have no interest in Antonio Brown. One of the things we talked about on this show several weeks ago was, why would you want to bring Antonio Brown on that team? That would be the dumbest thing in the world to bring Antonio Brown on that team. You don't need a headache. You don't need distractions. You don't need, I'm sorry, I have to put it this way, you don't need a crazy person on your team. Okay? I don't care what anybody tells me. That guy is crazy. And he never got any help for all his issues. You have two stud receivers in Godwin and Mike Evans. You've got two tight ends. The more important thing, actually, is making sure that running game is up to snuff for Brady. So whether it's Ronald Jones II or somebody else, Somebody's got to step up and become a stud for them at that running back spot. That's the most important thing. Not adding another wide receiver to what's already crowded because you got 2 number ones. So you're going to add another guy that's going to be complaining about getting balls thrown to him? You can't do that, dude. I know a lot of people like to think, well, no, you put him out there, it's another No, it creates a lot of problems. They have plenty of weapons, man. They've got 2 tight ends that Cameron Brate's a really good tight end, and OJ has all the makings of being a star at that position. Hasn't happened yet, but now maybe with this quarterback, it kind of elevates everything for them. We'll see. Weapons aren't an issue for Tampa. What you don't want to bring in is trouble. What you don't want to bring in is a distraction. That's what you don't need from Antonio Brown. So it's funny, some of you were asking me, hey, how is Mike Lombardi as an insider? Well, there you go. Hit and miss. He's going to come up with stuff that he's going to pull out of his ass because it's really not true. And to me, it never made sense for him, for the Bucs to actually be interested in him. Right away when Brady signs, you could go back. I'm sure we have the segments there. I say, I don't care that Brady signs, you still don't go after Antonio Brown. I called it ridiculous too. That, no way. And sure enough, they're smart enough to not have interest in that fool. You've already had the situations, man. I get the Raiders are dysfunctional and you screwed it up with them, but Pittsburgh is a great franchise and you screwed it up there. And then you go to New England and you get the ultimate second chance and you ruin that and you trash the owner. Come on, man. That's where you have to look at it and say, okay, let's just do the right thing here and let's part ways with this guy. And if you're the Bucs, there is no reason for you at all to actually be interested in this guy whatsoever. All right, 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. Did you see the Texas owner who put together and organized a rally, and it's called Bar Lives Matter? That's right. This Texas owner, he is one of several currently suing Governor Greg Abbott over reimposing restrictions on bars, organized a Bar Lives Matter concert and protest Sunday. T. Allen Parker, owner of the Machine Shed Bar and Grill in Kilgore, about 2 hours southeast of Dallas, hosted the gathering outside the bar Sunday. A second protest is planned on the steps of the Capitol in Austin on Tuesday. You can't tell me that my tiny little bar is a problem. He's the problem. Parker, who is one of multiple Texas bar owners who have banned the wearing of masks in their establishments. And said, Abbott, in an interview with the Washington Post, he's targeting us. He's discriminating. Don't you love that? We're going after the bar owners. We want our bars to shut down. Yep, that's right. Jared Woodfill, by the way, a Houston attorney, he's representing Parker and 21 other plaintiffs, said Abbott's order illegally bypasses the legislative process and unfairly singles out bars while allowing businesses like barbershops and hair salons to continue operating. This one individual is picking and choosing winners and losers. Yeah, no, of course. I love it. We're all out to get everybody. And, yep, the government is out to get people and ruin their lives and close all these businesses down. Yep, that's what they're trying to do. Bar Lives Matter, baby. Yes, sir. Don't forget, Bar Lives Matter. It's very important. It's the only way we're going to keep our lives going with alcohol. It's amazing. It's about saving lives, but no. This guy wants to think that we're trying to go after him. Got to tell you. All right, Chris Jones. For those of you that don't know, he is the defensive end for the Kansas City Chiefs. Badass player. He got healthy towards the stretch and obviously played in the most important games and was a factor. The guy is a monster. I have the notes here. Chris Jones, I don't know if you guys know this. He was drafted in 2016. He is now playing out his rookie contract, a 4-year, $6.23 million deal. He now is tagged. He hasn't signed his tag. His tender is $16.1 million. He has 2 weeks left to sign this thing and get paid this kind of money. But there could be a change in the plan for Chris Jones. Mike Garafolo of the NFL Network is reporting a little bit on this story, and he expands on what Chris Jones could be thinking.
No, I'm going with the list. I'm going with the guy that's tied for number 6. That would be Kansas City defensive lineman Chris Jones, who's on the tag at $16 million plus this year, but always viewed himself as a $20 million plus per year guy. The Chiefs, frankly, never did. Even before the whole COVID situation, never made an offer north of $20 million. Felt like they could get him somewhere below that. So a lot of work to be done here if there's going to be a long-term deal for Chris Jones, who was disruptive throughout the regular season and then in the postseason as well. Had a pressure in the Super Bowl that led to an interception. This is a guy that has put up the production the last couple of years to deserve a long-term deal. Not quite sure it's going to happen, though.
He had 15 and a half sacks 2 years ago, had 9 last year. So you're talking about a guy that is definitely, he's a second-round pick, and he's exploded. Now, it's interesting how Mike says that they didn't view him as a $20 million player, and they never offered him anything like that. And this will change the face of your team. Now, remember, they have to pay Pat Mahomes. And that contract, there's not a lot of negotiation going on in that contract. That's one of those contracts that the agent sits down and says, all right, this is our number, and the KC Chiefs really can't screw around too much with it. Because you can't insult your best player and your most important player. But that's the problem, that once you pay the quarterback, it starts to limit you in other areas. And you don't have the kind of money that you would normally have for everybody else. Chris Jones is one of those kind of guys. And this is the kind of guy you don't want to lose, bro. It's a bad. Now, you can't lose Pat Mahomes because obviously he's a stud. He's the best quarterback in the business right now. But this guy proved that he was a monster,
When
bro.
you're on defense and you count for points on the board, you're big time.
Yeah. No, and when you're unblockable, you're unstoppable, you're disruptive. I mean, you're the kind of guy they have to game plan against. That's special,
They're
man.
only counting the plays that he makes, but you're not talking about the double teams that guy, that frees up the other guy,
Yeah, he's a monster. Now, I don't know where they're at and, the whole contract negotiations, but he got his championship. He's going to get paid either by Kansas City or somebody else, so he's kind of in the driver's seat. And think about it. This year with COVID, this is almost the year where you really want to hold out. You know why? I don't believe there's going to be a season. And even if they're crazy enough to start the season, I don't even think it comes close to finishing. And so eventually you'll be holding out. They won't play anyway, and you'll look great. I'm just saying. And if they play, I guess they have to tag you again next year, and then that goes up 20%, and they probably won't do that. So they may have to trade you, and then they may be forced to trade you and not get what they really could get for you. I know what's coming next. Dolphin fans that are watching and listening right now, they're going to send me an email, Orlando@BigORadioshow.com, at Twitter at Big O Show, here on the chat board, super chatting, Instagram, Facebook. They're all going to be, hey, why don't we trade for Chris Jones? I know that's coming next.
The onslaught of Twitter hits.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Bombarded.
People hear the segment later on, and, well, you know what? Oh, we should trade for him. So I don't know what's going to happen, but hell of a player, man. Hell of a player.
Bury the Big O in Chris Jones' request.
Hell of a player, dude. Hell of a player. Yeah, and that'll be a hell of a loss for Kansas City. It'll be a lot harder for them to repeat if they don't have that guy on that defense.
He's one of those guys that you can't replace. They're not out there.
No, not the way he disrupts. Just there aren't people like that. We had a guy close to that in Daryl Gardner. You know, it wasn't quite that, but he had those moments. That's the way I should phrase it with Daryl. He had those moments where when Daryl Gardner wanted to dominate, it was a thing of beauty. Really was. It was a lot of fun to watch. As a Dolphin fan, man, did I enjoy watching that guy just be absolutely disruptive. Good stuff. All right, 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, you can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Follow us there. As always, as you know, that's a 24-hour talk show. Yes?
I finally got a glimpse of the look. The Van Halen look with the shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, you did really. Did I tell you did really good, man?
I told you.
You did astounding,
I
bro.
knew you would love the Pink Floyd one.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Which was amazing. But that one, I think, is probably...
Yeah.
It might be the nicest one out of all of them.
You know how, I mean, we've got a bunch of Van Halen shirts.
Right.
I was going to wear the one that's got like the aqua and the orange and the purple. That would probably go even better.
Yes.
I think that's from 05, 06, I
don't
believe.
remember now, but yeah.
What year's this one?
15. That was the last tour.
This is the
last tour.
Coral Sky.
Yeah, this
when
is
Dave talked in great length.
Right. That was the last tour.
And wow. The background vocals started doing lead vocals to assist David.
Myron Sanchez is chiming in with another super chat today, second of the day. Thank you, Myron. You are a stud, my brother. What? Super chat.
No way.
Yes way. No way. Yes way.
They were fantastic.
Super chat. Myron says, here's for Alexa Challenge Moonshine Shot if we ever hang out. LOL. Hey, we will hang out, bro. We're going to hang out. We're going to get together. Once we get over this COVID stuff, we'll do stuff together. We got to plan a night locally where we could get together here so the listeners that are here locally we'll do something somewhere. Yeah, we'll get it. But eventually we'll be together in Cleveland for the draft. So I would imagine that Alexa and Josh are going to make it up there for us. I know, Myron, you got to be up there with us. So that's where
hoping for the Vegas, man.
Everybody. Well, that's right, Vegas and Raiders. That's right. Well, I don't know what the way the thing is going now. That's not even looking good now. But anyway, let's hope. Let's hope we can turn the corner on this thing and get back to normal, man, and start doing some stuff together. I'm with you. But yeah, Alexa doing moonshine shots, that sounds like that sounds pretty interesting right there. That would be a fun time right there to watch that one. Josh and Josh can be the designated driver. So that's good. So it's all right, Alexa, you can have fun, Josh can drive you home. It's all good. Or the hotel, since we'll be in Vegas or Cleveland or something along those lines. You never know. Curb Your Enthusiasm. Are you all fans out there? It has been renewed for another year. If you're a Curb fan, I love Curb. I've watched Curb. The only thing is, in the reboot here, I haven't watched it once. Not one time. I don't know why. It's just been one of those things. And I enjoyed the first, whatever it was, 7, 8, 9 seasons of Curb. I forgot how many seasons it was, but that first run, I watched it. I enjoyed it. I loved it. So now HBO has renewed Curb Enthusiasm for the 11th season. Series creator and star Larry David clearly isn't happy about making another season. He puts out there, he goes, Curb Your Enthusiasm has been renewed for an 11th season. Believe me, I'm as upset about this as you are. One day I can only hope that HBO will come to their senses and grant me the cancellation I so richly deserve. Larry David. So that is in typical Larry David fashion. a great way of celebrating the renewal of the 11th season. Now, I have no idea if these last couple seasons here have been good or bad or whatever. I have no idea. I haven't watched it. I haven't even talked to anybody that's watched it or anything like that. Haven't watched it. It's weird. So you guys can tell me if it's worth watching. Should I go back and watch these new episodes? You know? So there you go. Tommy Italian says, never watch one episode, LOL. I don't know about this part here that just restarted, but if you go watch from season 1, Tommy, and you got time now since there's nothing new, go, dude. You'll enjoy it. It's funny, man. Curb Your Enthusiasm is a really good show. Okay? Ray says, check it out, Orlando. Last season was funny as heck. Curb Your Enthusiasm. All right. I will check it out. I have not watched 1 minute of it at all. So I have no idea. Like I said, I haven't even gotten into a conversation about it. That's how crazy it is. All right, 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, you can also reach out to me on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Follow us there as always, because that is, as they say, a 24-hour talk show. Let me give you a little music news. Always love talking a little music here. Just to kind of give you a little in 1983, a New Jersey-based quintet called Bon Jovi today signed to Mercury Records back in 83. In 2003, Kid Rock ended his relationship with Pam Anderson. In 66 on this date, Janis Joplin moved into Big Brother and the holding company's house in California in San Geronimo Valley. And in 2008 on this date, check it out. Some of you might have been there with me. Crew Fest kicked off in West Palm Beach, Florida. The inaugural tour with Motley Crue, Buck Cherry, Papa Roach, 6 a.m., and Trapped. There you go. So were you at Crew Fest for that one?
No, I was not at that one. No.
No? Okay.
What year was that?
2008. Peter Frampton, by the way, has unveiled a new T-shirt on the coronavirus pandemic, and the title of his groundbreaking double album Back in the Day. For those of you that don't know, right, Frampton Comes Alive was the shirt, right? Well, he now has a shirt called Frampton Stays Inside. Okay? And in the back of the shirt, it says, shelter in place. And then it puts February, ... living room. March, ... kitchen. April, ... laundry room. May, ... backyard. House tour 2020. So there you go. If you want to buy a pandemic Peter Frampton shirt, Frampton Stays Home is awesome, dude. You got to love it. Or Stays Inside, I'm sorry. Frampton Stays Inside. That is great. Look at it, Bill. It's got the tour dates in the back of it. It's your kind of shirt. It's got tour dates in the back.
You gotta have
laundry
tour
room,
dates, man.
kitchen,
on the back. To
home
be a
tour
concert.
2020.
Yes. Yeah, man.
Right? Everybody's taking a home tour 2020, right?
Look,
that's a great shirt.
That's
a great shirt.
You're with me. Back in the day,
I think I got to buy that shirt.
If you didn't have dates on the back of your shirt, man, you got that thing at Specs, or wherever. It's not a concert shirt.
Yeah, but no, that's not like that anymore. You can't.
No, I know. And
know?
actually, the Iron Maidens that we have, the Trooper and the Number of the Beast, neither one of those have dates.
Right. Yeah. No. And smaller
but they
bands
do have really cool.
And smaller bands now kind of make their tour up along the way, so they can't put the dates on their shirts sometimes. So it's just one of those things that it's kind of a shame. Like when we went to our boys from the Black Moods, they can't put dates on.
Well, here we bought concert shirts that, I mean, hell, I can remember Pat Travers the last time we saw him at the Bamboo Room.
No, right.
We saw him in supposedly Europe during his European tour.
Right. Yeah, that Bamboo Room. I like that place, man. I would love to see more concerts in that place. Not
You know
that it's
what
going to happen, but I'm just saying.
You know what I love? You know what?
I really enjoyed the Bamboo.
You remember what I call that night for?
That was cool. What?
That was our Goodfella night.
Oh yeah, kind of. Yeah, you're right.
That was literally our Goodfella moment.
It's like it was a groovy place, man. Only time I ever went to a show there was that one, and I kind of wish I could have gone to more.
If you guys are wondering the Goodfellow reference, we're off to the side. The owner comes over and he's like, "Hey, no, wait a minute!" And literally, table, cloth, boom, 2 chairs, right up to the front, and there we are, right up in front of the stage.
He took care of us because I also had, they knew I had Pat Travers on that night on the show and promoted the show and all that, and Pat was great actually. Big O, look up Curb MAGA hat, hilarious. Okay, I'll look it up. Let's see. You don't see my super chat about the book? Oh, check it. Okay, okay, I got you. Okay. On this day in 2015 through 2019, Tommy Italian started fights with random people. There you go. You guys are a trip. All right, 786-322-1105. And a little more music news. This one's kind of disturbing. Well, not kind of. It is disturbing. I'm going to be interested to see how they follow up on this. Mickey Madden, the bassist for Maroon 5, has been arrested on charges of domestic violence. Madden was released from jail posting $50,000. He was charged under California Penal Code 273.5A, which reads, any person who willfully inflicts upon a person who is his or her spouse, former spouse, or mother or father of his or her child, corporal injury resulting in traumatic condition is guilty of a felony. The alleged victim of Madden 41 has not been publicly revealed. The bassist expects to appear in court September 29th and could face up to 6 years in prison, a $6,000 fine if found guilty. The band says, we're deeply devastated by this disappointing news. They said in a statement, as we learn more, we are looking at this very seriously. For now, we are allowing all of the individuals involved the space to work things through. So there you go. Madden, by the way, was previously arrested in 2016 after allegedly passing a vial of cocaine to a man in a New York bar. Those charges were dropped and Madden was given 1 day of community service. So this guy apparently has got some issues. Mr. Madden. Pretty disturbing. It's almost like one of those deals where I hope if he's found guilty, and he is guilty of this, that you kick him off the band. Because it does set a really good example when you keep people like that around. Sammy Hagar, by the way, this is, over the years, I've always been a fan of Sammy Hagar. But he has these moments where he just kind of reminds you that he's a cool dude and he's well-grounded. And he just seems like the kind of guy you want to hang around with, right? Because he's likable as hell. So the former frontman did an interview with Rolling Stone in early May about COVID-19. And he shared a follow-up with fans. And he goes, hey, Sammy here. Earlier in the week, Rolling Stone ran a compilation piece from their Quarantine QAA series. I did an interview about a month and a half ago. Things change very fast right now. So I wanted to clarify and put a few things into context now. I did that interview May 8th, and we were already several weeks into the stay-at-home, which my family and I took very seriously, and things were starting to look up, and the curve was beginning to flatten. So when I was asked if I'd be comfortable enough to get back on stage before a vaccine was out, I was cautiously optimistic. I said, yeah, not too soon. I want to make sure it's not escalating when it's declining, and it seems to be going that way. Big picture, it's about getting back to work in a safe and responsible way and getting this economy rolling again. I will do my part. I stand by that. I employ 200 people directly, and when we tour, even more. Like everything today, it's a watch and see over the next few months, but we remain cautiously optimistic that with the right improvements and safety measures in place, we might be able to play shows this year. That said, as things change for the better or worse, we will appropriately adjust our plans. And you got to love the level-headed approach to all of it. You got to love that he was responsible enough to want to follow up on an interview he did prior, because you have these media outlets and they're doing what any of us would do. You're gathering content and then you're trying to spread it out and share it with people, but share it not all at once, kind of spread it out so you can have material so people can come back to your website, your TV show, whatever it is. So that's what they're doing. So he knows and he sees that interview is airing later on after he recorded it, and then people will see that and they will react one way. So he responsibly wants to say, you know, that interview is already old now. At this point, things have changed. And he kind of wanted to clarify it. That's a responsible human being right there. Okay, that's somebody that is conscious of what's going on in our society right now and how much, you know, we're suffering setbacks here, you know? So good stuff by Sammy. All right, let's take a break. Final half hour of the show is coming up. If you want to get in, we'll reach out here. We'll check out the accidentlawfirm.com text line, 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. We'll answer your text when we come back on the other side. You can chime in on the YouTube chat board, on the Super Chat, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. We're coming to you live from VSS West Pines, 12397 Pembroke Road. Come on by and say hi. Let's take a break. Back with more.
It's a buyer's market at Toyota of Hollywood. Over 1,500 Toyotas on the ground, and truckloads just keep on coming. Now pay up to 50% less. 2020 Camry, not $29,000, $17,775. 2020 Corolla, not $22,000, $13,775. Buy a new 2020 Toyota with 0 down and 0% financing, or we'll make your payments till 2021 at Toyota of Hollywood, the #1 volume Toyota dealer on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street.
Are you tired of watching the same old travel videos on the internet? Well, then check out MikeNoGoZones.com. A travel documentary that's breaking barriers. I go to the places that the media tells you to fear, where no one else dares
expects
to
to get into a crash, but I expect you to go to accidentlawfirm.com if you do. Make sure when hiring a driver, you go through a rideshare app so that you can be covered by the insurance, which can be up to $1 million, whether you're a passenger or a driver. In other words, don't try to save a few bucks by paying cash instead of going through the app. I'm attorney Bobby Nunez from Nunez Law in Miami, and we're here to help you through the process. Go to accidentlawfirm.com for a free consultation from me, Bobby Nunez. That's accidentlawfirm.com.
America's safest and best-selling compact luxury SUV is at Acura of Pembroke Pines, and this is how we do it. RDX, $339 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
We back. And Leon Fresco chiming in on a Super Chat.
What the hell?
Super Chat.
That took guts. We need guts.
I told you I can totally...
Super Chat.
So you think you got what it takes?
You have no skills.
This is permanent.
Good job.
I'm promoting you.
You got a lot of problems, don't you? Take pride in that.
Yes. It's a beautiful thing. All right. Thank you, thank you, Leon. I appreciate you. Leon Fresco chiming in on the super chat. Very kind of you, my man. Very nice. He says, Big O, do the Marlins have an advantage playing in a stadium with no fans? You know, that I get it. You're trying to make light of it and have some fun with it. Sadly, our Marlins won't have any advantage in any way, shape, or form because they're too young. But I do get it. Playing in empty stadiums should be something that they're used to.
They're used to this.
I get it.
This is right up their alley. They've done this for how many years now?
Yep. Oh, will you be on Friday? Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I be on Friday? Yeah.
We're on twice.
Yeah, Friday we're on nine
fun-filled hours.
Yeah, and Friday we're on 9 to 11 and then 1 to 4. So, yeah, of course we're on Friday. Yep. Drew Boo says, okay, I have half of what I should do. Big O show. There we go. All right. Let's see what else. Oh, I told you to check the accidentlawfirm.com text line, 786-322-1105. Congratulations on your new station. After all of the hardships, you and Bill forgot your way through it. You got your way through it. You fought your way through it. F. Scott Fitzgerald wrote, if you show me a hero, I will write you a tragedy. The obstacles make you. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, Dougie Fresh. That is very kind of you. You know how it is, man. You just got to fight through all of this stuff, man. It's never going to be perfect in life. You're going to have your setbacks. Some of them are out of your control. And in the last spot where Bill and I were at it, there's a lot of everything was out of our control, unfortunately, because, you know, when somebody really is Mickey Mouse and not dedicated, you can't do anything about it. And so it is what it is. And
Mickey Mouse is very offended by your comments.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Mickey's way more prepared and actually knows what the hell he's doing. Have you read the new allegiance from former Iowa player Kirk Ferentz, his son Brian, and the former strength coach Chris Doyle? I have not. New allegations. I'm sorry, I put allegiance. New allegations. I have not. Wow. Whoa. Okay. All right, I need to know about this Iowa football news, huh? I need to hear about this. Did not know that there was something going on here.
With the way the number of former players have come out and talked about this, it's almost like he's got to go, right-o? I mean, it's on the brink of being there, correct?
No, they already released him. The strength coach?
No, I'm talking about the coach. Yes, because there's more players that keep coming out and saying, man, yeah, this was an issue.
Yeah,
racism was an issue.
Yeah,
like it's getting further and further and teetering on the edge of, yeah, he's got to be fired.
I didn't know anything about this. I have no idea about what's going on.
Well, if there's something, I know the running back a couple days ago said something.
I have no idea. I'm trying to look it up here while I'm doing the show to see. Here it is, Dylan Doyle. Okay, here we go. Dylan Doyle, linebacker Dylan Doyle, who's the son of former Iowa strength and conditioning coach Chris Doyle, announced he would transfer from the Hawkeyes to Baylor. All right, he's excited, whatever. He was a 3-star guy. All right, he said Kirk Ferentz says he's sad to see him go, but we fully understand and support his decision. He's a tremendous young man. All right, yeah, because they let go of his dad. Okay, I don't think that's the story you're talking about. So I have to look it up.
The kid's got to go too, right? Because I mean the things people are going to say because of his father, correct?
Yeah, I don't know. I got to advocates double standard in Ulster. I don't know. I got to look it up. I can't do this while I'm on the air. I'll look it up and see, and maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow. If I see anything there that is worth talking about, I'll get into it tomorrow and I'll look it up right now. But at this point, I'm kind of in the middle of this whole show, so I can't necessarily get into something that I don't have the facts on. I'll be prepared tomorrow for it. NBA is going to paint Black Lives Matter on the court in Disney. And I would imagine those that are racist out there are probably going to hate it. Now, the racist people probably don't watch basketball. I was thinking about this, right? Because if it's a sport predominantly black, you would imagine, right? What am I going to say? 70, 80% of players are black in the NBA? You know, something like that. It's got to be pretty high. So these kind of racist people, they don't watch basketball as it is. So the Black Lives Matter thing won't bother them. Now, there might be some people that will look at it and say, well, this is, too much now. It's getting in the way of my sports and all of that. Because remember, we got that with the kneeling. You know what I mean? And there was no kneeling going on during the game. But yet somehow or another, people wanted to spin it conveniently like, oh, well, I don't want that in my game. Well, it's not in the game, dude. It's pregame. When the game kicks off, they don't have any more kneeling. What, that they come back from a commercial break and they tell you, well, this player kneeled, and they show you for 5 seconds, and then they go to the field and they start the game. It's not like you ever miss a play. It's not like they're covering the social injustice protests and they're not covering the football game itself. But people exaggerate. So will they do this? The NBA, by the way, will paint Black Lives Matter on all 3 courts and will use it in the Disney World bubble. The words will appear inside both sidelines, and ESPN says both the NBA and NBA Players Association are down with the plan. Several players have publicly expressed concerns with joining the NBA bubble instead of focusing their full time on energy, continuing the Black Lives Matter. Steven Jackson, close friends with George Floyd, called for the NBA to skip the season and keep the momentum going. I am so proud of the NBA players that they didn't fall for that crap, okay? And I respect Steven Jackson. I feel for him because he lost a personal friend in George Floyd, but it would have been garbage for the players not to play the season. Steven Jackson's dead-ass wrong here, okay? The protests are one thing. And mind you, can I say something about the protest already as we're watching? The crowds are getting smaller and smaller every day. So that's kind of dying out in itself. So if the protests aren't going to be really strong every single day and they're going to eventually die out, which is what it looks like, because haven't you noticed that every time they show a new protest group, they're small? It's 30, 40, 50 people. It's not several hundreds and thousands anymore.
No, I've got to hope that I'm hoping some of those people went back to work. How about that?
Or some are in the hospital. Anyway,
I'm gonna guess yes.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a very, very good
a bunch of them are homesick and
you
at the
might be
hospital.
onto something there, brother.
Yeah, a bunch of them that were dumbasses without masks. They ended up in the hospital. But my point is that the NBA players did the right move because the platform now. Remember, you've got the league behind you, so you're going to be able to constantly talk about it. You're going to be interviewed about it post-game, before games, off days, all of that. The message is going to be on the floor constantly.
The whole sports world is going to be
but especially,
watching
but the NBA more than anything,
right?
They embrace it more than anything. They really support their players. They did it with Trayvon Martin.
They're a
They did
legit organization, man, that has compassion.
Yeah, no, it's a real partnership that they try to do between the players and at least they try. Unlike other sports that they're not even close. These guys are as close as you can possibly
the other
get.
ones are lip service.
Yeah. And so to me, I thought the players did the right thing. I think Steven Jackson, as time goes on, he'll realize that he was wrong and this is the right thing to do. And that they have a bigger stage because that stage now will go on for months. And it'll roll over into next year. You can bet your ass on that. So
it's a super powerful platform they could have, man, and take advantage of.
Yeah, I just see it drying up now. When I'm watching the protest, I'm watching smaller crowds pretty much on average. Once in a while, you'll get a pretty decent crowd, but more often than not, they're small crowds now. I see 5, I see 10, I see 30, I see 40. I don't see hundreds anymore. That's done. And thousands, forget about it. Okay? So I don't know if people, because that's kind of what happens in this country. It's hard to keep people protesting at the same level every single day. And especially when half of them aren't wearing masks, I would imagine that a lot of them ended up getting sick. You know what I'm saying? So Nico says, I'm 100% behind the Black Lives Matter sentiment. I'm not behind the founders of BLM who have admitted that they're trained Marxists and their spokesman Colin Kaepernick wore Fidel t-shirts. I don't know. I haven't seen, Black Lives Matter people admitting that they're Marxists. When you show me that, then okay, then we can talk. I don't know about that. I'm not that I would have to. I need proof of that, Nico, before I'm all. And I'm not. See, here's the problem, also, Nico. I'm not going to politicize it to that extreme because now you're taking away from the movement, and I'm not going to do that because we constantly have people that are. Look what happened. Did you see that lady that was in the at a hotel with her 2 kids in the pool, and the manager comes out and asks her, "Are you staying here in this hotel?" Okay, and by the way, there were 2 white people on the other side of the pool. And so she goes, yeah, and she shows the room key. The lady still doesn't believe her and ends up calling the cops on her. Well, she was there for work, and her company had 2 rooms, not 1, but 2 in that hotel. They fired the lady because you're a stinking racist. And this is the kind of crap that goes on every day, dude. Every day. You saw the guy that put a flyer in the mailbox, and then when the guy went to go check on it, the guy came back, brandished a gun, and was basically threatening the guy because he's black. And he didn't believe that he lived in that neighborhood. Former Navy SEAL, apparently, too. Right? This is the kind of crap that happens every day, Nico.
I think that Navy SEAL needs to go back to that place and put some whoop ass on that guy.
So, to politicize it that way, I can't do that. And I'm not doing that. Can't. You know what I mean? I'm for the movement, period. That's it. I'm for what's right for everybody. You know what I mean? And the beauty of this movement, okay, is that we're all in on it now, finally. You know what I mean? Because, we've only left the black community by themselves every single time. And then you hear your friends tell you, hey, this happens, that happens. And then you kind of hear about it, right? But now everybody gets to watch it on video. That's what I love about it. Keep the cameras rolling. We'll catch all these racist bastards every single time, and we get to expose their asses. And now they'll lose their jobs, they'll lose face, they'll lose money, and you know what? They can crawl into their racist corner and get lost. That's it. But that's the beauty of this movement right now, is that the video is rolling, baby. And the video is busting a lot of people. Yeah, and you know what's going on? Most of us, right? Most of us are accepting of people, but those racists are loud. But what a lot of people now are seeing is how much it happens. It's kind of like, remember the idiot that was, we blocked him a while back, that he was like, there's what is it? There is no,
You're not talking about the guy that was trying to tell you what to do.
No.
Okay.
No, he was telling me that there is no, no. What's the name? I'm the term that I'm looking for now. Systemic racism. And he goes, it doesn't happen behind the scenes. And I'm like, dude, it happens in public. That's why I had to just block the guy and get rid of him, because, when you have that kind of ignorance, then I don't need to deal with you anymore. I'm not going to reach you anyway. So all you're going to do is pollute the chat board. You know what I mean? And kind of like the 2 idiots that we had to block out a couple months back, that all they did was just create crap all over the chat board every single time. I even forgot their names, whatever they were, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, not important. But, it's these kind of people you can't reach. But the beauty is these video cameras, all these phones are busting all these people. And that's fine, man. As finally people are bringing it to the forefront. They're fighting for it. They're believing in it. Now we get to cast aside the people that are in our way of creating the kind of society that we need here, where we're accepting of everybody. You know what I mean? It's not that difficult, really, folks. It's really not that difficult to be nice to other people. I just don't understand it. I really don't.
What's it? They say a frown takes more energy than a smile.
Yeah.
You know, same idea. You know, more energy wasted being angry and mad.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. It's a real shame. All right, 786-322-1105. If you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, you can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Follow us there as always, because that is a 24-hour talk show there on Twitter. I got to check out that those new allegations. We'll get into them for Iowa tomorrow. I promise you that. Do you have any issues with the NBA allowing jerseys to have political statements? It's likely to get out of hand. Can people say they don't like Russia or China or Israel? Well, Leon, you're already jumping to conclusions. I don't think it's those kind of political statements, my brother. I think it has to do with Black Lives Matter. That's it. I think it's going to be a Breonna Taylor. It's going to be a Trayvon Martin. It's going to be, that. I think it's going to be stuff like
Keep
that.
It specific to that cause.
Yeah, I don't think it's, Roe versus Wade, don't overturn it or overturn it or whatever. I don't think it's any of that kind of stuff. And do I have a problem with it? I don't. See, unlike some folks, I don't get bent out of shape when politics and sports collide. I love when people, they act shocked when it happens. And it goes on all the time. Politics and sports have been colliding forever. Whether you're making Ted Williams or Roger Staubach go to the Army, or whether Muhammad Ali doesn't want to go to the Vietnam War, or we have the Black Power movement in the Olympics. We could just go on and on and on. The 80 Olympics that we didn't allow our athletes to go. Politics and sports have always collided. It's normal. Okay? It's been like that forever. Gays, can we allow them in basketball and football? And then, can the black player be a quarterback? Can he be now? Well, we don't have enough that are general managers and owners and head coaches and all that. Politics have played a part in sports in every way, shape, and form all throughout. The people that follow sports and act like it never happens or they're insulted when it does, it's like, where were you the other 700 times it happened? You make it sound like, oh my God, it happened now and it hasn't happened in 50 years. No, dude, it happened 5 weeks ago. It happened a year ago. It happened 2 years ago. It happened 4. You want the examples? They're endless. You want players standing up for Trayvon Martin? There it is. Politics and sports have always collided. I'm amazed at the people that think it's a shocker. It's like, do you follow sports? I'm sorry, Russians and Americans. That's as political as it gets on a hockey rink.
36 Olympics, Jesse Owens against Adolf Hitler.
Hitler, exactly. And give me a freaking break, dude. It's baffling to me when people are like, and you're so insulted, like it never happens. It happens all the freaking time, man. So live with it. That's part of it. It's a conversation that we've got to have. If you can't handle the conversation and it only has to be about free agency and the draft, well, I'm sorry. There's a lot more to sports than just that. That's why you don't tell an athlete, just dribble. You don't tell them, hey, go just hit a golf ball and shut up. No, they're human beings too. They go through the same things we all do. They experience a lot of the things we do and some things we never do. They all have opinions. They all have points of views. But you get to share yours at the dinner table. They get to share theirs whenever they want to. You share it with your friends, your colleagues, out on the street, whatever. Why can't they do it? Akram Wadley talking to CBS, just so you can read it, very illuminating. It's very disappointing and disturbing. Okay, I will check it out. He had players' food cards turned off when they did not make weight. They used bully tactics and racial degradation of when players were not performing. It was former running back that came out, Akram Wadley. Okay, I will check it out. Let me look at it. Let me read it and all that. Let me be prepared tomorrow for it, and I will address it, and I'll talk about it. My family lost everything to Marxist ideology. I'm 100% behind the sentiment. I'm just not behind the founders. Listen, man, I don't care about founders. Dude, this is not about founders, bro. It's about the black community, bro. You understand? I don't care who the founder is of some, whatever. This is about the person that gets abused at work. This is the person that doesn't get the same opportunities of education. This is what it's about, my man. I don't care about it. No money's going to that founder. It's not about that. They're not going to get any money or anything like that. So, Nico, you're worrying about something that doesn't matter. We are fighting for human beings to be treated the same way as everybody else. That's what we're fighting for. You know what I mean? Okay, we need to do that for the LGBT community. We need to do that for women of all religions, all colors, all shapes, all sizes, because women are constantly mistreated. That's what it's about, my man. You're focused on something that it has nothing to do about. Don't care about some founder of anything. This is about the human race. This is about making life equal for one group of people that we have not made it equal for them. That's all it is. And the day we do that, that's when we're successful, my brother. That's what you got to look at, Nico. Don't focus on one person or one group or something or some organization. That's not what this is about anyways. It's just not going to help them. It's going to help the average African American. That's what we want to do. Okay? We want to eliminate the cops that are abusing people. We want to eliminate the racist that will not look at somebody of color the same way they look at that person that's white, that person that's green, yellow, blue, orange, whatever. Okay? That's what we got to fix. That's what it's about. Don't focus on all the other stuff, Nico. It's not worth it, my brother. Let's see. Like I said before, women have been more oppressed than any other group. Plenty have been oppressed, my brother. That's part of the fight. We got to fight for a lot of people. That's what the human race is all about, is helping each other. So we got to take on this challenge now, and let's overcome this challenge now, and then let's face the next one, and the next one after that, because there's going to be one after that. It doesn't end. Kind of like what I told you a couple hours ago, that, things are going to happen to you in life, whether you lose a job, whether you have a car crash, there's something new around the corner every week, and that's life, man. You just got to learn to live with it and fight it. That's it. What are you going to do? All right, 786-322-1105. You saw where the minor league season got canceled. For the first time since 1901, there will not be a minor league season. And I want to say this because it's not a big deal. Nobody cares about minor league baseball overall. But I got to tell you something. Jeter and Sherman took over an impossible situation because of all the terrible salaries that were tied to this. bad salaries. Even for some good players like Stan, it was a terrible salary that was tied to him. And they had to make some drastic changes, and they have. And they have reloaded the minors. They have drafted a whole bunch of players. And they're on their way of trying to turn the roster around. We'll find out in a few years down the line, after they develop guys, will they keep the core and all that? That question needs to be answered down the line, okay? They are saying all the right things and are making all the right commitments. But can I defend the Marlins? Can I feel bad for the Marlins for a moment? And when I saw this whole thing about minor league baseball getting canceled, I want to remind you that this team is a minor league team overall. And what minor leaguers need is playing time. Now your entire minor league system loses out on an entire season of development. What is a minor league baseball season? Like 130, 140 games or whatever? Isn't it slightly shorter than the regular one? Whatever, But they lose out on all those games. So they lost on an entire year of development. The guy from A can't go to AA. The guy from AA can't go to AAA. The guys from AA and AAA can't go to the majors, and so on and so forth. They're all a year behind. Mind you, what's happening on the pro side? It's 60 games. That's not going to help in development either for the pro guys. Less than half a season? The 60 games, that's what it takes you to get in a groove, dude. Like, our Marlins are going to feel better about the baseball they're playing in games 55, 56, 57, 58, and 59, and 60. They go, hey, well, we're feeling good. We're feeling a little better now, and the season's over. Not that they would have won a whole ton of games or whatever, but they would have maybe played better. First 60 games, man, it's going to be a mission for them, like everybody. I really feel bad for the Marlins. I honestly do. This has put their entire franchise back. And us as fans, okay, I told you that they drafted, and they're in the process of continuing to draft, of course, and developing cores and developing waves of players, which is what they want to do. Develop a core, have more behind them, and all that kind of stuff, like a regular, real baseball team. And we're not going to find out if they're committed to winning till 4, 5, 6, 7 years down the line when these players are developing, and then we find out if they're going to re-sign them. Well, guess what now? We just added another year to it. We just added another year that we have to wait for the whole process because of this whole COVID thing. Because the Marlins pretty much have a wasted season in the pros and obviously already in the majors. I mean, the minors. The minors is already done. Majors, you barely got some experience. Terrible, man. Feel terrible. Myron Sanchez has chimed in for the third time today on a super chat, bro. Thank you, Myron. You are a stud, my brother.
I know that, dude. Where'd you get this?
Super chats.
Oh, gnarly. Awesome. Totally awesome.
Thank you, Myron. Appreciate you. He puts Black Lives Matter, fist up, baby, and for all the haters. Way to go, Myron. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. Big J doing big things, saying Black Lives Matter. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Julius 305 says, Myron going to need a loan. Sage McKinley says, as a black man, we're fighting for our humanity, not a movement. Keep on keeping on, Big O. It's big picture, man. It's what it is. You got to look at the big picture, man. And we're fighting for human beings. We're not fighting for some dude in some cause or something. No, we're fighting for human beings, man. And that's what we got to do. And that's a good thing. We got to thank our super chatters like Myron Sanchez, super chatting many times today. Thank you, sir. Gus 1388, Ray Grulon, Julius 305, Cookie Vice, Alex Diaz, Leon Fresco, all of you chiming in on the Super Chat. Thank you.
Wow. Recent research has shown
Super Chat.
makes no sense.
Yeah, you're getting focused on all the wrong sort of details here. You need to forget about all the normal rules that apply in society.
Wasted no time. Super Chat. I thought it was really, 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 really cool.
You should all be very proud of yourself.
I have no response.
Super Chat.
That was perfect.
That's right, really cool, like hemp hookah. Right here, you can get it. That's right. You need something for your hookah? How about a little hemp? 100% hemp. Come on out here, man, to VSS West Pines, 12397 Pembroke Road. Go to the website, vsswestpines.com. Come see Jose and all the great people out here. They will take care of you, man. Jason, Tommy, the other Jose, many people out here. So they will take very educated too. They will also educate you on all the CBD needs. So if you need something for anxiety, something for pain, something for stress, they got it. How about for the doggies and the cats? They're a little too excited. You can mellow them out too. Remember, it is not a drug, okay? It is the medicinal side of the plant. They will take care of you out here at VSS West Pines. Tell them that Big O sent you. And remember, if you mention us, 20%, all right? 20% out here so you can get your stuff. Come on out to VSS West Pines. We'll see you tomorrow live from Toyota of Hollywood. We'll be out there, baby. 11 a.m., 11 to 2. Come on out and join us, 1841 North State Road 7. We'll see you tomorrow. You all be good out there and be safe.
Till tomorrow. See you.